Okay. All right. So, last session, which I still haven't uploaded the YouTube video for, because I never got around to actually editing it, but I'll try to do that this weekend. So last session, we took a ferry with Legume on our way to the Duergar city of Gracklstug, I think is called. And on the ferry, we passed an island that had this giant creature carcass on it that another Kuo-toa tribe seemed to be dissecting or stripping for resources or something. And Legume told us that there are other such creatures living in the Dark Lake as well, so that was a bit daunting. We got to the island the Duergar city is on, or maybe the coast that the Duergar city is on. Parted ways with Legume, possibly for the last time since, well, maybe not for the last time, but certainly for some time. And went to try to see if we could find a way to get into the City of Blades via the Slum District, because that's what that's the direction that Wrathhunter pointed us in. We realized that the Slum District outside the city is a slum district mainly because it's where all the sewage and waste and pollution from the city gets pumped out. We were looking for a way into the city walls proper when Vrisdan suddenly felt his Lolth's Grip amulet pull him down to the ground right before a magical attack struck the wall right where he had been standing. And we encountered a young woman she addressed herself as a, why can't I think of the name of what is Vrisdan? Drow. God damn it. I'm like, yeah, they've got gray skin. What the hell are they called? Drow of the Fey Branch House. And she was considerably younger, we thought, than the woman who seemed to be heading up the arena slavery racket that we first encountered way back when. But I don't remember if she addressed herself as a relation of that woman. Somehow we know that she's got a relationship to that woman.
I think they look alike, as well as.
Oh, they look alike. Yeah, that's true. And that's right. She didn't say that she had a relationship to the Drow leader. She said that she knew Alaric Shadowbane, who is the human woman who hired us for the Etten excursion way back in session number 1. While this was happening, we noticed there was what seemed to be a flying shadow that was down a tunnel to the left from where this drow woman was standing and addressing us from the opposite side of the space we were in. And from that direction, I don't remember what the order of events was here, but from that direction came pouring out a troll? Ogre? Was it an ogre or a troll?
It was an ogre.
Ogre. With the same kind of structure built on top of it that we saw at the Goblin Fort on the island closer to the Kuo-toa village. And it had 2 goblins on the top of it. And there was also the hobgoblin brother of the Bitter that beat the living crap out of Vrisdan at that same fort. They came pouring out of the tunnel and attacked us. The drow seemed to retreat down the tunnel while we engaged in combat. And after some I feel like the combat went pretty smoothly for us. We did have to retreat down a side tunnel because some element of guards had been alerted to the noise of our combat and came pursuing us. And they seemed to be, in some degree, autonomous. We don't know if there was an actual person inside that was being controlled remotely or if the suit of armor itself was magical. I think we found this out a little bit later on, but at the time we weren't sure. Anyway, we managed to behead, Vrisdan managed to behead the hobgoblin, his hobgoblin nemesis, and right as the guards seemed to be turning the corner of the corridor that we were in, Futon, with quick thinking, ducked against the wall, and the rest of us did as well, and the guards missed us in the darkness and ran right past us, so we were able to avoid them, which seemed good because we had just finished a pretty lengthy combat and probably didn't have the resources to turn right around and fight an entirely new group, especially one that was so unfamiliar to us. Let's see. I'm catching up here as I'm reading Mike's recap. So after finishing up combat, we walked a little bit further into the slum area, explored. There was a room that we found, the green lever that Wrathhunter had mentioned, and we were able to open a door that allowed us into the city proper. We encountered inside, it was like a very bustling, busy area with what seemed to be slaves and slave pens, and there was a slave master minotaur nearby we asked questions of, and he described the layout of this section of the city to us. And he described how we could find the Union of the Blades, which seemed to be the same union that the tokens we were able to get from Wrathhunter belonged to. Let's see. So most of the manual work being done in the city was by slaves and servants, and we even saw some undead slaves, it seemed. And everything that was being traded in the city was going southward rather than to the docks, which seemed strange. We got through the Dark Lake district of the city and found ourselves where there was a big industrial area with lots of metalwork being done. And we found there that there were Durgar working on plates and weaponry. And that there was a group of them that were having this gear affixed directly to their bodies in some kind of forging sense. It looked very, very painful, and we weren't sure at the moment if they had this was being done with their consent or without. But it made sense to us that this was the formation process for the guards that we had narrowly dodged in the corridor earlier. We talked to a supervisor of the space we were in, and they recommended that we find the leader of the Union of the Blades, woman by the name of woman or man, I don't remember, but by the name of Durna Thuldark, and recommended they be further into the district that we were in. So we ended up exiting the workshop, and while we were leaving, we could hear and feel the rumblings of something large moving underneath us, moving underneath the city streets, which was not a very pleasant experience. And we heard, while this was happening, there was also a very loud roar that emitted from underneath the foundry that we had just left. So, avoiding whatever that creature was, we proceeded on to the home of Durna Thuldark, and we were let in by one of the Minotaur guards. And while we were waiting to speak, Durna seemed to be in an audience with the head of the merchants. We learned that the current king of the city, whose name is Horgar Steelshadow IV, he had banished the old guard, along with several key Darrow savants from the city, and made war on the drow city of Menzo Baranzan in order to solidify his power base. And of course, the drow city of Menzo Baranzan is... I don't believe we've been there, but we believe that the drow that we're in an adversarial relationship with, to put it mildly, are from that city. Thuldark accepted our offer to assist with her own efforts inside the city, and she told us to make our way to the last sea bar in Dark Lake District to find the overseer for future work, a person by the name of Alaric Shadowbane. And I believe that is where we left off.
Dun dun dun.
Dun dun dun.
Dun.
And if there's anything I missed or something that needs emphasis that I didn't put emphasis on, just feel free to say so.
No, generally that's pretty good.
All right. Cool. Thank you.
Apparently you're still speaking with Thuldark, both the head of the Merchant Council and seemingly the one in charge of the Union of the Blades. and you've all been informed that if you're to work with her, you're also be associating with Alaric as your overseer for whatever future tasks you take. Um, and at the moment, you are all just, like I said, speaking with her, and that's where we stopped at the name drop. Okay. Uh, Getting into character. So as I said, you can go and see Alaric once we are concluded, unless you have any further questions for me.
None that I can remember wanting to ask.
I don't think. Oh, excuse me. I don't think I have anything to ask either.
I'm gonna think.
Very well. Well, of course, you will be compensated for any services, but as we established last time, I'm sorry, that was out of character. As we established, you are mostly helping us in order to pay back against the drow, so I wouldn't expect too much, especially seeing as you are not Duergar.
Yeah, I think
Oh,
for Goji's part, she's just thinking that whatever information we gather from this little excursion is probably worth whatever compensation we wouldn't get for doing a job. Sorry, I'm crunching on some chips right now, so...
no worries. Okay. Uh, all of your compensation needs will be taken care of by Alaric upon your completion of whatever test you choose to take from her. As I said, you'll find her at the last C bar down at the Dark Lake District. And upon her stating that, she turns back to her work and picks up her quill and seemingly forgets your existence. And the Minotaur behind you opens the door and waits for you to exit the room.
Okay. Unless there's anything else interesting looking in the room, I'm fine with heading out. Although, when we get to the street, I think Goji's going to be paying a special attention to any sewer grates or manhole covers or anything, just to see if there's any light emitting from them or sounds or smells or anything since that spooky underground creature thing happened. Not that she's expecting anything, but she's just on high alert, I guess.
Yeah, I can understand that. As I said on the last session, the building that you were just in was very Spartan. There's very little decoration outside of what you've been seeing as you've progressed through the city. Very, very wood, metal, and mechanical decorations and buildings. Most of it seems to be what little art there is. There's more of a gloomy aspect to them. Very gothic in themes. But within her room itself, you can only see these cabinets of scrolls, seemingly potentially bills of sales, records of transactions, and the whatever tallies that she would keep as the head of the council of the merchants. As you exit the building and progress down back to where you were in the Dark Lake district, you do see that there is this major uh, grading that goes down the middle of each street, and this is mostly as you are uh, traversing back eastward. You see that it becomes a little bit less, but still prominent through each street. And you do not see any kind of lighting as you traverse, but you do hear a very low rumble of steps emit from such gratings, presumably whatever creature is down there making its way throughout the other sides of the city, doing whatever it's doing. As
Now I'm wishing we
for
would have
anything,
asked Derna about this, but I didn't think about it at the time. I'm gonna be sure to ask Alaric about it when we encounter her, though.
as for any other kind of like manholes or anything, you see every now and then a small, very uh, square maintenance kind of hatch available every third or fourth street, probably to gain access underneath if some brave soul is actually willing to go down there. And as you all traverse back towards Dark Lake, you see that you're leaving the more productive side of the city and leaving behind the more raucous and metallic sounds of creation that they have here, and getting back into the flow of southward trade that is happening that you've noticed before. And as you progress, you find yourself back in the middle of the Dark Lake district where you first saw this rough map of the city for any outsiders of the city to help um, orient themselves. And you do not see any kind of markings outside of general descriptions, and you assume that whatever location this bar is, it would probably be on the northern side of the city.
Okay. Are we, while we're walking around, I mean, if we're back in the Dark Lake district, I'm assuming we're seeing, some more slave and servant activity, and we're seeing the slave guards, slave keepers. Are we seeing anything like a state-run security, like King's Guard or city police or anything like that?
For the most part, you see just the slaves and the Darrow and the minor castes of Duergar going about their business. You do see a few very prominent looking guards of Duergar, and they do seem to be armed and armored in a better fashion than anybody else that you see around them. In particular, you do see that that every single one of these specific guards wield at their belt a very large knife of decorative make. And 1 second.
Do they, they're not the same as the mysterious guards that seem to be being created in that forge. These seem to be like normal Duergar in a uniform and all that, right?
Indeed.
Okay.
You have not seen any of those creatures, shall we say,
Yeah.
outside of the slums and in that one foundry warehouse slash building that you saw them in. As for these specific guards, these King's Guards, they do wield this knife, and they are special in that they are more of a short sword than actual knife, and have special designs on their pommels when you look at them.
Okay. Anything noteworthy about the design, or just it's fancy looking?
It seems to be in replica of whatever current king would be in reign.
Okay. Like a house signifier or an actual individual signifier?
As you do not know in
Yeah.
character, you would assume that it is probably whatever king is currently reigning.
Okay. Got it.
Okay. And I'm assuming that you are all just fine roaming up towards the north. And as you do kind of find this bar, you see that the flow of trade becomes less and less, and becomes more of a trickle where it less servants and less slaves and more undead just carrying whatever cargo they had to carry from the dock down southward, and eventually find yourselves only being surrounded by these undead and these fair few travelers that are also going northward. And in your search for your bar, you start to follow more of these travelers, possibly in the hope of finding that they are also going to the bar. And eventually, as you traverse, you finally reach this one building that is separated from the rest, right up against the coast of the Dark Lake. And against this backdrop of black, you see this wooden building of about 2 stories height and very dilapidated and worn down, seemingly of not the same amount of care that's given with the rest of the city. And upon its sign, you see this large boat upon it, not of the same kind that you saw on the Dark Lake itself, more of a realistic boat that's used on the surface. And written underneath this boat states the Last Sea Bar.
All right. Anything noteworthy at the door that would prevent us from going straight in?
No, you in fact see that the door is perpetually seeming always half open, slightly off the hinge towards the top. There are no bouncers that you can see outside, but you do hear a large amount of noise from inside, seemingly singing from what the tone and rhythm is of the noise.
All right. Well, unless somebody else in the party wants to do something, Goji's gonna walk right in.
Yep, go in.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And as you walk in, you do walk into this mass of singing and carousing and general air of relief from hard day labor and whatever other kind of mischief that Duergar and Darrow undergo within their own city. And I don't know if you guys would like to join in, but I did do this little skit, the song thing.
Yeah, sure, dude. I'm game. Let's go.
So I'll say a line. It's going to be a brief line, and you would start out going "aw," and then at the next line you go "yay."
So like a call and response type thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Gonna give it a try.
Gonna give it a try.
Mm-hmm.
There be no ale in town.
Oh.
Oh,
Stepped in the Last Sea Bar.
Yay!
Yay!
The owner's a miser,
Oh.
yeah.
but he runs a tab.
Yay!
Yay!
There is no side of ham
Oh.
Oh.
without a cup of ale.
Yay!
Yay!
I got a salad
Oh.
Oh.
Oh,
for drinking all me ale.
Yay!
Yay!
Me cup had a bottom,
Oh.
Oh.
so I got another cup.
Yay!
hey.
Yay!
Some drow came in.
Oh.
Hey! Whoa! Whoa!
Oh man!
They ordered another round.
Yay! Let's try it.
Yay!
The bar does close.
Oh.
Oh.
It closes at dawn.
Oh.
Yay!
Some bouncers asked us to leave.
Oh.
Oh.
They were pansies.
Okay.
Yay.
Did we beat them up? Is that what happened?
There were a fight.
Oh. Oh.
Yay!
Oh,
We kicked their asses.
Yay!
Oh boy!
yay.
The night cost me.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh,
I am filthy rich, though.
Yay!
Right.
Yay!
The bar is closed.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh,
I'll be back tonight.
Yay!
Yay!
yay.
And that's it.
That's fantastic. That was fun. And I'm presuming
And-
that everybody in is taking part in this whole call and response that we're joining in on?
Yes, as you travel amongst the tables and low hung ceiling of the first floor for those taller of you, you do see that the Darrow and the few Durgar within are singing along with the let's just call him a troubadour that's towards the middle of the tavern.
Okay. Cool. Is he on-
And well,
Is he
go
on a
ahead.
stage, or is he just playing?
It's a very, very slightly elevated stage.
Okay. A
And
platform.
it's just-
essentially.
Yeah, it's just a small platform. And as soon as the song is done, another Darrow steps up and starts to sing up another song. And while all this is happening and all the creatures around you are becoming more and more intoxicated, you search around and look around, and towards the back into a corner, you do see that there is a secluded location where the revelry is not as high, and you do see a figure sitting down at a table that is, from your vantage point, of similar build as Alaric,
Okay.
who is also surrounded by 3 other companions at the table that they are sitting at.
Roughly what time of day is it that we're entering the bar and having the call and response? Is this evening time, post work hours?
Yeah.
Okay.
Considering that the slaves that you first encountered were all being dismissed and put to bed, and during your travels to the house of the merchants and back to here, it's about 2-3 hours after the quote unquote work day that
Okay.
there is down here.
Okay. And then before we approach the figure that we think is Alaric, is this would probably be the first opportunity for us to get a hot meal since we were at Wrath Hunters, would you say? I can't remember any other.
First hot meal, yes.
Yeah. Okay. And then how long ago was it that we left Wrath Hunters? Like a day?
It's been about a day and a half
Okay.
between all the travel that you've done.
Okay, so just in the back of her mind, when we're done talking with Wrath Hunter, or I'm sorry, not Wrath Hunter, with Alaric, Goji's going to want to purchase a hot meal and a glass of ale, probably.
Yeah, I could do with a short rest. Refill my key point.
Okay. Yeah, I was gonna do that before we start whatever combat. Okay. So I'm assuming you all approach Alaric then.
Yeah, remind me, you said that she's surrounded by who? There's other people around her?
She is surrounded by 3 other companions of hers that are sitting at the same table.
Okay.
As you approach, you see that 2 of them are of a smaller build than the Durgar around you, and one is actually about your size, Goji. And all of them have their own backs turned to you, while Alaric is more surveying the tavern itself. And as you approach, she takes notice of your approach and looks at you in surprise.
She recognizes us, presumably?
That's what you can assume, yes.
All right. Okay, how do we open? What do we say to her? I'm asking out of character to my companions here. I guess we just start with that Durna sent us to talk to her, right? And see what happens.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Okay. Okay, so I guess since we haven't seen her in a long time, and when we did see her, it was nighttime. I'm not exactly sure that Goji would. She'd probably be like, yeah, she looks like the right person, but I don't know that she would recognize her 100%. So I think we're just going to approach and say, are you Alaric Shadowbane?
I am indeed. I thought you were dead. And as she says this, the three that were sitting with her turn and look at you, and you see that they are also known to you. For before you are sitting a, shall we say, middle-aged,
Oh my god, oh my
some
god, oh
reason
my
the
god, oh
clothes
my
is
god.
sticking with them. A middle-aged halfling with gray hair and mustache and very scarred face of the name Bunzo Bottom. And you also see a female gnome who is also of gray hair, and her name being Many Mernig. And you also see another half-orc of solid stature and going by the name of Urdag Ash. That's yep.
The very
Those
same.
The very same. The Etten ass kickers.
It's awesome. So glad they came back, or that they're back in the campaign. That's great.
And as you all recognize each other, out of the four you are facing, Urdag immediately gets up and grabs all three of you with his massive body size and gives you a big hug.
Oh.
And laughs uproariously in his gleefulness at your reunion.
All right, well, we'll glad hand all around. Say hellos and how are you, and haven't seen you in a while and all that. Just as a reminder, because this was all very, very long ago now, they were all captured with us after the Etten fight, right? And they were in the slave pen with us?
Mm-hmm. They were left behind in the slave pen while you three were marched out to the arena.
The arena, okay. And that also was true of Alaric, right? Alaric did not see us go into the arena and fall through the wormhole and all that stuff.
Yep.
Okay.
As far as they all knew, you were dead.
Okay. I think the first thing Goji's going to say is, how are you all here?
Well, that's quite a story. So why don't we all just move this other table nearer and you can take a seat?
Yeah.
And as you take a seat, he waves to the Darrow servant that has been coming closer to the table and motions for more food and drink. And while you are waiting for this food and drink, he begins to recount their own travel and tale, while the other three just enjoy their own food and the knowledge that more of their number are safe. And she says, well, we did manage to escape the arena holding cells after some large cracks in the walls appeared due to some loud shaking and roars. We never found out what that was about.
We can tell you what that was.
Oh, please tell us.
There was a giant purple worm that came up through the arena floor while we were fighting off goblins and made a giant hole in the floor that we all fell through. I'm assuming that's the same that fractured the walls of the slave pen.
That's after the silliness that you pulled in the cells, I can see that happening just to you three and somehow surviving.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, after those cracks formed in the cells, most of the slaves came with us as we made our own escape. But for some reason, that one drow that you guys interrogated just wouldn't come. Anyway, as we progressed through the streets of Menzoberranzan, through all those fleeing spectators, we eventually were set upon by other forces of the Frey Branch. And our fellow adventurers managed to give covering for the other slaves that were in the cells longer while they escaped. But whatever that one alley, all we could hear was screams down which they escaped.
Ooh.
As more and more of us fell to their superior weaponry and magic, Nayleed and Vannon urged us to continue and find a way out for the rest of us. So I took Bunzo, Meni, and Urdag here and continued on. But we never saw the others ever again. And I only hope that they died quickly.
So we don't know if Nayleed and Vannon made it?
No, I don't know. None of us do. After many turns through the panic streets and alleyways, we managed to find an open grate on one of the dingy alleys and fled down to the sewers. They were just as ruined as the cells due to all those earthquakes that the purple worm did, I guess. After recovering, we made our way through the sewers and finally found an exit. And from them, we managed to reach the trench that was around the city. Thanks to Many's sorcerer spells here, we were able to somehow dodge around the Driders and fled to what seems to be eastward. And we roamed through the tunnels for a good while until we finally encountered some myconoids. And they took us to their main colony inside what they called the Arumikos. And they were odd, but they were kind to us. And eventually, thanks to them, we went around Darklake from the south and reached here. Since then, we've been actively working for Thuldark in order to fight the Drow.
Wow. Have you learned anything about what the Drow are up to in the time that you've been, around? Like, what is Fabronch's actual goal here beyond just capturing slaves for arena fights?
No. None of my contacts within the Duergar have been able to tell me anything deep about what they're up to. Only that there's more demon activity than there should be currently. And I've been trying to find out more, especially after that Affin bitch sold us to their house.
Yeah, so hang on a second. I want to get to the Affin bitch in a second, but you said there's more demon activity than there used to be?
Well, the Underdark is generally, from what I've been told, under natural incursions from the demons and the devils. But normally it would be alongside the Drow. But since for some whatever internal politics that they have as far as the Duergar know, Loth has stopped speaking to her people. So they shouldn't have access to the amount of demons that have been harassing the Duergar during their war with the Drow.
Okay, out of character, Goji, well, I guess not out of character, but Goji's thoughts instantly turned to the shadowy winged figure she saw on the wall of the tunnel when we were talking to the one Frey Branch lady that took a shot at Vrisdan. And she wonders if that could have been a demon. Okay, let's see. What other questions do we have for... Yeah. So sorry, you mentioned... I'm kind of saying this out of character, but I'm trying to formulate it as an in-character statement. You mentioned the bitch. I hate to keep using that word, but
I'm sorry, you don't have to use
no,
that
it's
word.
fine.
That was what I used.
It was in character. So, that's the person that hired you and all of us initially, right? Is that who you're talking about?
All I know of who hired of us is that it was some kind of elf that was hooded and went under the name of Advent Branchlet.
Ah, that's right.
And considering what happened to us, it's not too far of a stretch to imagine that whoever Advent is part of the Fey branch, considering the surname that they use.
Branchlet. Yeah.
I need another hard-boiled egg.
Oops.
We heard that from the kitchen.
This is gonna be a trend. This is gonna be a trend every episode.
There's a robot chef in the kitchen working on hard-boiled eggs. Goji makes a mental note to order a hard-boiled egg later because that sounds really good. Let's see. Okay, so Affin presumably worked for Fey Branch. What was the... Do you know why we were hired to kill the Etten in the first place? Apart from just it's a monster in the woods.
No, all I know is that he hired us to do it. It seemed sketchy, but at the same time, it was good money, and I just took it and hired you guys to help me.
Okay. How has it been?
I can
working...
only assume.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I can only make assumptions, but for some reason, they wanted slaves to be taken underground, and the Etten was just the trap.
How has it been working for Durna?
It's been gruesome and not very compensating, but it does allow us, and as she says it, she waves her hand to the other three, to strike back at our previous employers.
Does Durna seems trustworthy?
No Duergar is fully trustworthy outside of their real friends, but she has not spurned or given us too much of a hassle with our own work.
Okay. Do you know anything about the weird creature rumbling around under the city? At least, maybe not around the Dark Lake, but up further.
Oh, you mean the dragon?
Yeah, okay, sure. What do you know about the dragon?
The city actually has an agreement with a red dragon to fuel their fires and forges while they guard his hoard, and provides unruly slaves for feeding.
That's freaking awesome. I love that. That's great. That was out of
So,
character, by the way.
as far as I know, that's probably what you're talking about.
Okay.
He uses the tunnels underneath the city to travel to each blacksmithy and foundry to light up their fires.
Okay, so out of character, if we were gonna... I think one of the things that Max brought up last session was Vrisdan having an urge to try to free the slaves that we had encountered, where we had fought the Fey Branch lady. If we were to undertake an effort like that, it sounds like it would have... we'd end up... Well, obviously, we wouldn't just have conflict with any slave owners, but we might actually have a conflict with whoever has an agreement with, presumably the king, who has an agreement with the dragon that he'll feed him slaves to keep him safe under the city.
Is that just you commenting?
That's just out of just out of character. Like, I'm just trying to put two and two together here. If that's something we still want to attempt.
Out of character, from your own witnessing of the city, you can tell that there are seemingly a lot more slaves than there are actually populace of Duergar and Darrow.
Huh, okay.
But you can also assume that they treat their slaves as both a workforce and commodity for sale. So what you choose to do with that is up to you.
Yeah, I'm just I was just remembering what Vrisdan said last time and trying to think out loud what kind of situation we'd be creating for ourselves if we went forward with something like that. But I think Goji's running out of questions unless Vrisdan and Futon have any.
No.
Vrisdan's ready to get to work.
Hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, Goji's gonna say to Many and Bunzo and Urdag, it's really and Alaric, of course, too. But it's really good to see all of you guys again. Glad to know that you're all safe and made it out of there okay.
Both Many gives you a hearty nod, and Bunzo lifts up his own little tankard and peers to you, while Urdag gives you another hearty slap on your shoulder, one that even for you, Goji, is enough to stagger you.
It hurts.
And assuming you have no more questions about the city itself, or what they would possibly know, Alaric and the trio in turn ask of your own journeys, and I would assume that you guys give him a summarized series of events,
Yeah.
unless you actually want to go ahead and do that.
No, I don't think we need to get all the way into it unless somebody in the group wants to. But I think it'd be. I don't think that we need to feel. At least Goji doesn't feel like she needs to play anything close to the vest here. Maybe she wouldn't mention specific, like the weird little. I don't even know what we would call it. When we were in the tunnels and we encountered the weird cloaked, hooded figure with the other creatures around it, and it disappeared into a portal. I don't know if we'd mentioned that necessarily, because that was like too weird to even make sense out of. But everything from, the Kuatoa village to Wrath Hunter to the forts to all the combat we've encountered, I think that's all fair game for recapitulation.
Okay. And did you also mention your encounter with the drow outside the city?
Unless somebody in the party elbows Goji in the ribs to stop her, she would say to describe that situation. Yeah. Oh, and also specifically because we're talking to people who have also been kidnapped by the drow, mention the seemingly benevolent drow that helped us in the marketplace that one time, who I believe we learned the name of, but I cannot remember it off the top of my head for the life of me.
That would be Jarley.
Okay.
We're not given any kind of surname, but he did let you know that he is part of the that his band is called the Brigandarth.
That's right. Yeah, so I guess we'll mention Goji would mention that and see if there's any looks of recognition on the part of the group here. If they have encountered this person or are familiar with that name.
Okay. Starting with that, before the other incident, you mention it to them and they nod and keep it in the back of their heads that there's potentially another source of ally for them. But you do recall that Jarley specifically told you that you are the only ones that they openly assisted, and they had no interaction with any other slaves while doing whatever it is that they did to unleash the purple worm.
But they didn't. He didn't specifically tell us we couldn't. This was a secret thing. He didn't forbid us from telling anybody else about his efforts on our part. Obviously, we wouldn't want to tell House Faybranch about it, but we could talk to other fellow slaves if we encountered them.
No, he never said that you can disclose it to anybody else. And as far as Faybranch is concerned, they were kind of openly against them when they were assisting you back at the marketplace.
Got it. Okay.
At Mental Dearth. After you discuss him, you move on with your story and finally reach the point of the drow. And as you are describing her, the group all look towards Alaric at the mention of her name being exclaimed, and she asked you if the drow named herself. And In
She
response,
didn't, I don't
you
think.
realize that she did not. Only that she's having to clean up her mother's mess.
That's right. That's why we knew that they were. Yeah, okay. I remember now.
And Alaric becomes more silent and more enraged as you continue speaking on your story, and finally does not say a word as you proceed, only seemingly stewing on the information that was given to her. And as you conclude, you can safely assume that she very readily believes that whoever this Drowess was, it is more than likely Affin Faybranch.
So that was probably Affin, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Damn. She was right there. And she tried to kill Vrisdan.
Yep, she tried to kill Vrisdan.
Um,
Who knows how it is that he managed to dodge it?
Earlier you described, and this is out of character question for Mike, but when you were giving us Alaric and the party's story about what's happened to them since they escaped, you had described that Lolth has forsaken the drow, or doesn't seem to be supporting them openly.
As far as Alaric is aware through her source of information from the Durgar, it seems that the drow do not have open communication with their spider goddess Lolth.
Okay.
And typically in the past, the drow use their connection with her to summon demon servants, but that should not be the case currently in their war with the Durgar. But for some reason, there are demons in a large amount.
Okay. And also out of character, Max, can you remind or expound upon Vrisdan's feelings about Lolth?
She's pretty cool.
Okay, but he's not like is he a devotee, or like how strict of a
He would rather not be a priest than worship someone else.
Okay, got it.
But he's not like a fanatic.
Okay. All right. I don't think I have any other questions, or I don't think there's anything else that Goji would feel the need to share with the group right now. She's really looking forward to that hard-boiled egg, though.
As you have been conversing and everything, you already had a serving of the meager fare that there is in this remote sea tavern, and the ale is about as well as you expect, and you did place an order for whatever would pass as a boiled egg in these underground tunnels.
Boiled spider egg. Ooh.
Just stick it to the drow.
What would this meal have cost?
It cost you nothing, considering that Alaric took the tab for you.
Hey, Alaric! All right. Well, Goji's going to order another round really quick, and then, assuming that counts as a short rest, we're ready to ask for an assignment.
Okay. And after you stating that, Alaric rouses from her dark thoughts and looks to you. Ah, yes. So you're working with us now with Gildark.
Yes.
I do have a couple of tasks that you could aid with if you're wanting to do that.
Lay him on us.
The first major task would be finding out the source of the demonic issues that the Dorgar are experiencing. At the very least, where the main portal is that is located near here.
Okay.
As far as we know, like I said, the drow shouldn't have access to Loth to create more demons, but for some reason there are. And we need to find out where it is coming from and stop it, at the least this close to the city. the clerics of Laudagar have tried to find this portal, but they seem to be having issues with whatever it is that they call phase rest.
Phase rest?
Phase rest.
Okay.
And she says, "Oh, I'm sorry. It's I'm not entirely certain, but it's some kind of magical phenomenon that is special to the Underdark. It seems something about these tunnels causes weird magic stuff to happen in certain areas where a lot of magical power has accumulated. But mostly, what happens is it causes divination magic to be useless in that area.
Okay.
Anyway, if you want to deal with this, you're gonna have to go speak with Grim Herald Morrison Goomstorm. And let me just type that.
That's a mouthful of a name.
Grim Herald. They are the high priest of Ladugur. You won't be able to access the southern section of the city without permission, but give this, and as she says this, she hands you a token that's similar to the one that you have, but with a different engraving. Not only does it have the symbol of the blades, it also has several blurs and other kinds of markings underneath it to possibly denote whatever division of mercenary that she represents. Give this to one of the guards at the bridges, and they will send word of you being willing to assist their clergy, and he should summon you.
Okay. Grim Herald is his title? Is that right?
Yes, that is his.
Okay.
As for another task that I have for you, the only other one that I have is to take up finding out what is going on with a group of undead that have rebelled from their magical bonds. For some reason, they have roamed into the northern tunnels, and the clerics seem to believe that it also has some kind of connection with the abyss in order to sever their bonds. All I know is something is controlling them to attack the Duergar patrols.
You said they've wandered into the northern tunnels?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Assuming that, I guess, Goji takes the token that Alaric provided us and shows it to Vrisdan and Futon, and unless one of them wants to grab it, Goji's just going to stick it in her pack.
That's all you.
Okay.
Yep, that's fine.
All right.
Okay.
Any other information for us?
Well, not information so much as a question.
Hmm.
Why is it that you're doing this? I know we are wanting to pay back the drow, but I would assume that you would have different goals.
Does anybody have a short and fast answer? I'm trying to think. I'm just thinking out loud. I mean, we want to get back to the surface. We want to get back again at the drow that captured us. We are kind of supporting the drow's enemies in an enemy of my enemy must be my friend kind of way. What else is motivating us right now?
We each have a soul full of violence.
That's true. That's true.
Okay. As you were speaking, Goji, he takes us particular notice of your desire to reach the surface again, and nods as you continue speaking. Is like, yeah, I understand wanting to get back in the drow, which these tasks and whatever other ones you choose to take up in the future will help with. But if you're really intent on getting back to the surface, you're gonna have to get somehow through the southern part of the city. And right now, with the city on lockdown, they're not gonna allow you without good reason. I do know that there seems to be a dwarven slave somewhere in the city being held by the Darrow. They apparently were brought to the city fairly recently. They may know a way back to the surface.
Okay. By the Darrow, you said.
Yes. And as you say this, she nods and waves to one of the Darrow servants that have been roaming around, providing food and drink. And you see that they are the same that you saw outside, smaller than the Durgar, more spindly and haggard looking, and in a word, flaky is how you would describe them.
Lanky, you said?
Flaky.
Flaky. Oh God, I'd rather be lanky than flaky. Okay.
And she says, I have no connection with that group of the city, the Darrow, but you may be able to find that slave somewhere in Ladugar's burrow, that trench that splits the city into the northern and southern half. I would be careful, though. The Darrow are different from the Durgar, more squirrely, and currently more prone to taking offense. But maybe this dwarf has some knowledge for you.
Okay. You haven't met this dwarf yourself. You're just familiar with them?
I have not. I've just heard that there was a new dwarf slave. And
all the hot new slave news. Hey, everybody's talking about this new dwarf slave. Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
And sorry, I lost my train of thought.
No, I'm sorry. I totally derailed everything there. That was my fault.
Yeah, that's potentially your means to get out of the city if you didn't want to stay here and fight the drow for the rest of your foreseeable future.
For the rest of our goddamn lives. Okay, so just out of character to recap what we've talked about here. Our two assignments are to determine the source of the demon appearances afflicting the Durgar. For that purpose, we were recommended to speak with Grim Herald Morsidon Gaboomstorm in the south of the city. The second assignment was determine what's wrong with the undead who have escaped their slave bonds and wandered into the northern tunnels, I think you said. Someone seems to be controlling them to attack Durgar patrols. And then the third, which is not really an assignment, but just a helpful hint, is that somewhere in the city there's a dwarven slave held by the Darrow who may know a way back to the surface, and we were recommended to start in Ladigur's burrow.
And I haven't mentioned it, but I did put the city's map that I showed you last session as the background.
Yes, I saw that. That's helpful. Okay, so I think I'm going to thank Alaric for the info and the free meal, and say goodbye to the group unless anybody else has anything they want to say.
No.
It's been pleasant.
Yeah.
Many heartily agrees with you, and the other two wave goodbye to you. And Alaric, as you leave, states that whenever you complete one of the two tasks, to return if you wish to be compensated.
Okie doke. Will do. Oh, I just clicked on the inventory tab and saw the Underdark campaign journal. That's really cool.
It popped up.
Thank you, Mike.
No, that was Max. Max has been doing
thank you,
that.
Max. I'm sorry, I didn't.
Wait, what did I do?
I didn't even know that we had that. Did you share your log or something? How did that?
Yeah, but it's been shared for a while. Did it just?
It just
pop
popped
for
up
you,
when
or-
I was going through tabs. That was odd.
Oh.
Maybe Fantasy Grounds is just catching up. Okay, so we're counting that as a short rest. Is that correct?
Yeah, whenever we get
Get to
into
combat,
combat,
we'll do that.
I'll
Okay.
do the resetting.
And I have to look it up to remind myself, do my superiority dice refresh at a short rest or only at a long rest? I can't remember.
I would have to look.
I think I had to click on my class. You alright?
Mhm.
Okay. Why can't I can't do the thing I'm expecting to be able to do here. Okay.
Okay, it says...
It's the short or long rest.
Yeah, short
or long. Okay, good. Cool. All right. So as a group, let's figure out what we want to do first. I'm kind of thinking if the demon appearances and the undead are at all related. Who knows if they are or not, but if they're related, in each instance, we probably want to speak to Grim Herald Gloomstorm first, right? Does that seem like the best place to start? Or should we go explore some tunnels and see if we can't find those undead?
Yeah, we should probably go try and find the guy first, as much as I do want to muck about in some undead.
Yeah.
Take the undead re-dead.
Okay. So apparently the cleric's headquarters is in the south of the city, so we want to make our way that direction?
Sure.
Okay.
I was told, I think I shared it with you guys last time, but it was my conversation in Undercommon. We're not supposed to go to certain parts of the city.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
I'd have to
Correct.
look at the logs for the last session to see where exactly I was told.
The slave master Minotaur told you that
Yeah.
outsiders are not permitted in the southern part of the city
Oh.
due to how the Duergar view outsiders. Actually, this is more of a dwarven as a race kind of thing. They're so clannish that in their cities they only permit certain access to their more
But
important
we
locations.
do have that token that we can give to the guard that would
to request access.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah. Then, unless anybody's got objections, I think that's the way we should go.
Okay.
Alright. You all head southwards in general direction, and as you weave through the buildings and general southern direction of trade, you finally reach one of the main bridges that allows access across Ludogor's Furrow, and standing guard and checking on all that is passing through are these two Kingsguard, and assuming that you approach them, they look to you after your place in line and question what your business is.
We're here to speak to Grim Herald Gloomstorm, and we were given this token to show you to grant us access.
The Duergar holds out their gauntleted hand so that they can take the token and inspect it.
Yeah,
And when
Goji
they
flips it
receive
to him like really cool, and he catches it in midair.
Let me give you a roll for that.
Okay.
He catches it in midair and takes a look at it, nods, and beckons one of the Duergar guards that are further along the bridge to come, and gives a brief discussion with them, hands them the token, and you see that this second guard runs off towards the south. And you all wait while this guard runs to presumably wherever the Grim Herald is currently at.
Okay.
And do you guys want to do any kind of like role playing thing while you wait, or no?
Goji's gonna
As
take a coin out of her pocket and just flip it repeatedly.
as you wait, you do look around and you see that there are other bridges that span the furrow, and as you look down, you see that there is a large distance to the bottom of the furrow, and you also see that there is a fairly narrow walkway down to it, and up and down along it there is a near constant stream of darrow going up and down to whatever work they have above where you currently are, and below where presumably the darrow reside.
And from this distance, can we pick out if any of them are, or you said they're all darrow, there's not a dwarven slave perhaps going up and down?
No, you do not see a dwarven slave amongst them.
I'm just in my head, I'm gonna say that the reason that this dwarven slave is noteworthy for any reason, because I would have to imagine there's probably tens, if not hundreds of slaves coming in and out of the city every day, that this dwarven slave must be noteworthy because he or she is just incredibly attractive. Like, we're just going to be looking for a really, really hot dwarf. Because that's the only reason I can think why one particular dwarven slave would be noteworthy to everybody in the city.
Out of character, a dwarf would rather die in combat than be captured by a dwarf.
Oh, okay. Perhaps what's the word? Disgraced dwarf, then.
Possibly. I don't know.
But also possibly very hot. Okay, just keeping that.
Possibly very hot.
Could be both.
You won't know until you find them.
Oh, I'm getting it now. You're saying that's why it would be noteworthy for anybody to be like, holy shit, a dwarven slave? Like, that's...
You thought that was just unrelated.
Yeah, I thought, like, okay, but he could still be
Like was
hot,
saying,
though.
yes, they are hot, but just so you know.
Yeah, I just really wanted this attractive dwarven slave to be a real thing. Like, the first time that we meet this dwarven slave, I want us all to be like, oh my god, I totally get it.
Okay, yeah. In the background, while we continue the session, I'll have very specific notes be taken on how this dwarf looks. So I disappoint nobody here. Whilst you all stand around waiting, Goji flipping a coin, looking around, over time, the guard returns and approaches you directly and acknowledges that you do have the permission of the Grim Herald to cross the bridge and reach their current location under the guidance of this guard.
Okay.
And
so not free reign. We got to go point to point, basically.
Yeah. You are given the impression that you do not have free reign.
Okay.
And what you do is up to you. But he turns around and, with no hesitation on his point, walks forward across the bridge, expecting you to follow. And
okay. Tuck that coin back in my pocket and follow.
Okay. He marches across the bridge. As he crosses, you see that there, as he progresses, the lines of supplies and cargo continue southward, all under the direct supervision of not only the Kingsguard, but also more of the metallic Duergar creatures that you saw earlier. All not moving, kind of like dormant, but ready to spring, seemingly. And as you follow this guard, you continue down the buildings that are of more... While before in the northern areas, they were gothic in appearance and gloomy, these are even more gothic, and seemingly this seems to be the natural state of art that the Duergar people use as decoration. And each building is of different metal in make and different stone as well, where one you would see being made all of copper, another being made all of silver, and another being made of onyx, all to show their own prominence amongst each clan of the Duergar that resides in the southern area.
Okay.
And as you travel, you see that the guard is leading you more, in general speaking terms, eastward section of the southern part of the city. And assuming that you remember the map that you saw earlier in Dark Lake District, it seems to be that you're being led towards the Deep King's Hall, and you see this grand, basically tower behind a large wall, and you assume that that's possibly the Hall of the King. But as you approach it, you continue past the wall on the northern side and reach this much bigger building of both stone and metal, of many different materials of each, and you cannot determine exactly what kind, but the building is large, with even glasswork being used as windows. And as you drift around southward to whatever entrance that there is to this building, you begin to believe that this might be the building that you are being led to.
Okay.
And the house of the clerics who worship Ladugor. So the guard leads you inside this building, and within you are greeted by very stocky Duergar priests who receive your entrance and take your leading themselves to their high priest and take you through the antechambers until finally you reach this audience hall, shall we say, audience room. And within you find a very old and very grizzled Duergar sitting behind a desk, presumably waiting for your arrival. And you see that they are fully enrobed in clerical vestments, and that they are decorated in gold plating, and some copper is also mixed into their beard. And you see that they are, world weary. They still have this sharp glint in their eye as they see you enter the room.
Okay. The guard is leading us up to this person's desk, or stopping at the door,
no,
and we're free to
the guard
approach?
is the guard that was leading you is currently waiting at the entrance of the building.
Okay.
You were led by priests of the clergy of Ladugor.
I'm sorry, I missed that detail. Got it. All right. It's safe for us to approach, though. We can walk up to his desk and address him directly.
The high priest has neither beckoned nor rejected your entrance.
All right.
So presumably you can do as you wish, so long as you're respectful.
Not one to be timid, Goji's gonna march right up to his desk and say, "Grim Herald Gloomstorm, I presume?"
Indeed it is. And who might you be?
Goji Ramshead. Hello.
And he nods and looks to the other two.
Vrisdan. Vrisdan does his little curtsy thing.
And he nods again, and he looks to Vrisdan and just gives a slight tilt of his head, but says nothing towards it. And looks to
Vrisdan
all
gives a
three.
toothy smile.
And he looks to all three of you. What can I assist you with? Considering that you have the token of the mercenaries that
Yes.
Guard has been employing.
Yes, we're on assignment from Durn the Full Dark. She mentioned, she gave us Alaric, Shadowbane rather, gave us direction saying that dealing with a number of demon appearances, and asked us to help look into it. Suggested you would be a good person to start with.
Ah, good. I've been hoping that I'd get some help with that. We've been sending our own paladins out to search for these demons, but we've had no chance of finding them, especially after my own efforts of trying to find the location. Currently, we've been having issues trying to find where these cursed demons are coming from. And my hope is that you'll help us with that.
Yeah, happy to.
Good. Then, if you're willing to do so, you will be traveling out the eastern tunnels from our Grand Cathedral. And from there, you will take a southeastern direction in the tunnels until you find the source of the demons. That is the most general location we have.
Okay. Have you sent
should
out
know.
parties in this direction before?
We did. We should know that we've not had any returning brethren come back to us.
Ooh. Ooh. Okay. All right. Any other information you can give us that might be helpful while we're out there?
Well, as far as we know, these demons have also been colluding with the drow. So, whatever means that you choose to take to prepare yourselves, I would suggest to include potential crossings with drow as well. Other than that, just prepare yourselves to fight demons.
Okie doke. We've also been asked to look into some undead slaves that seem to have slipped their bonds and are wandering around in the northern tunnels. Not that you were identified as a point person for that, but we were wondering if you might know anything about it.
Yes, that's also an issue that our clergy has been asked to look into. For whatever reason, the bonds of slavedom that the sorcerers had placed on the undead for the docks have been broken on some of the numbers. Just as below the city, we cannot determine the exact location of the slaves up north, so of the undead slaves up north. So we can only assume some kind of abyss magic is being used.
Okay.
What we do know is that whatever is affecting the undead is taking direct control of them.
All right, so it's not necessarily freeing them, it seems to just be taking over control from their usual masters.
Indeed. As far as our knowledge is concerned, the patrols have been experiencing attacks from the undead. The undead that are attacking are most odd. They act in ways that undead should not. Attacking more in a seemingly cerebral manner.
Okay.
They take certain actions that seem to be more of an intimidation factor than they should.
Okay. Are there any survivors of these attacks that we might be able to talk to? Do you know of any?
You would need to ask the border guard in the northern gatehouse towards the northwest. But as far as I know, yes, our warriors have been able to return, but they cannot describe anything more than that the undead act in an unusual manner for them.
Okay, so maybe not something new that we could learn by speaking to the survivors. Sorry, I'm typing out notes as we go here so I can remember all this stuff.
No, yeah, it's fine. As for our own main task, all we can determine is that the Fey Res is impacting our our means of locating it. All we know is that there has to be some means of access for these demons,
Okay.
and our specific request was that it either be identified or closed down, whether it is an actual portal or some kind of demon that allows them to make the transference.
Okay. Out of character moment. Grim Herald here said that he believes the magic being used is abyssal in nature.
The abyss is
Demon,
It
right?
is, yes, it's demon specific.
Chaotic evil.
While the hells are devils.
Devil specific. Okay. And then I don't remember if we learned this via character knowledge or if it was accidentally revealed to us in like a Fantasy Grounds text way, but I think we know that the language we heard that weird hooded figure in the tunnel speak was abyssal, even though we didn't understand what they were saying. Is that correct?
I think you're taking it from the chat dialogue that I wrote down.
So we don't
that
actually know
states
that.
Specifically that it's abyssal.
Okay, but character-wise,
But
we
you
don't.
do know that everything that has spoken in that language seems to be demon in origin.
Got it. Okay. And none of us know abyssal, right?
No,
No.
Okay.
none of you know abyssal.
All right. Okay. Unless you guys have questions, I think we're gonna thank Grim Herald and march back out of here.
Okay.
Oh, I do have a question. Will we need to get the token back from the guard, or will we be able to come back and see you without the token going forward?
Should you need to depart yourself from the guard in order to take out your task, or acquire whatever provisions you need from the northern district, they will give you back the token should you need it.
Okay, cool. All right.
Okay, and you all turn around and return, following one of the minor priests back to the entrance of the temple, and in turn are given over to the guard. And do you go eastward to exit the city under the task of finding the demon source that there is near the city? Do you go back northward to get provisions, or do you go northwest to start your hunt of the undead?
What do you guys think? We're already pretty... I mean, this is as close... We're pretty close to that southeastern tunnel to look for the demon shenanigans that are going on. But if we'd rather go resupply or check out the undead tunnels first, I am not opposed to that.
I definitely don't need any sort of resupply.
I don't think I do
I'm
either.
Pretty
no.
good.
Yeah.
All should be fine.
All right. So then the question is, southeast tunnel for demon stuff or northern tunnels for undead stuff? My vote's southeast just because we're already here.
Yeah, we're
Good
doing the
enough for
side
me.
quest.
All right. Okay, let's march in the direction of the southeast tunnel.
Okay. You inform the guard that you wish to exit the city to do the hunt, and he turns and leads you in the eastern direction, and you eventually reach the outermost gate to the city, and you see that from this gate it is very heavily warded. There are a lot more of the mechanical Duergar surrounding the area. You don't see as many Kingsguard. You see a normal servant cast of the Duergar standing guard, and the Kingsguard gives them orders to open the gate, and as they do so, the mechanical constructs step down into a prepared position, and seeing that nothing rushes into the city, you have open means to exit. And as you do so, the guard returns to you your token, and informs you that should you happen to return, that you will need to make a certain signal, and to do that, to gain access back into the city, or at the very least to gain notice. And to do that, you will need to go to the gate and knock 3 times, wait half a span, and then 2 more times, and then wait another half a span, and then 3 more times.
Oh,
And
okay.
I'm not gonna make you guys.
I was gonna say I am definitely not gonna remember that.
I'm just doing role. I'm
Okay.
just doing role play.
Yep, got it.
And
Secret
you all
knock, got it.
exit. Yeah, and you all exit. And as you do so, the doors behind you, slowly and with very resounding clangor, close behind you, sort of a death knell.
Yeah, I don't like that.
And you are once more back in the Underdark tunnels. And you all strike out and start to search for the threat of the demon incursions.
Okay.
And I would think this would be a good time to take a break if you guys want.
I'm in
Mhm.
favor. Sounds good to me.
Sure thing.
Want to do 10 minutes, or do people need more?
10's good for me.
I'm good with 10.
Yeah,
That's good.
fine.
All right. Meet back in here in 10 minutes then. Okay, I'm back.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
I am also good.
Welcome back.
Yeah, I'm around.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. So today, I don't know if I don't know why I'm so tired today, but I took a nap earlier, and in my dream, or in my nap, I had a dream that I was sleeping through this session, and I woke up, and I like in the dream I was waking up. I was like, oh my god, I can't believe I slept through the session. Like I gotta tell the guys I'm not gonna make it. So then I tried to turn on my computer, but it was going through an update. Then I tried to open Discord on my phone, but I wouldn't open for whatever reason. And I was like, son of a bitch, what the hell? And then I woke up in real life, and I was like, oh crap, did I sleep through it? And I looked, and I still had like an hour till the actual session time. I was like, phew. But
Well, at least it's good that you actually look forward to the session.
mm-hmm. I mean, yes, of course I do. But I think the main thing was just a sense of responsibility. Like, come on, you're an adult. Like, how do you sleep through something that everybody's agreed they're going to be at?
Like a G is how.
Mm.
Sorry, y'all. I was napping. Napping's pretty fucking awesome. Try it.
You guys are the pussies for not napping, frankly.
Yeah, exactly.
You bunch of pansies.
Mm-hmm. So is there specific clues we're looking for while we're perusing this tunnel, or are we just going off in a direction until we encounter something?
Well, you were told that the portal is somewhere in the general direction where you currently are.
Mm-hmm.
You also know that the divination is being impacted by the phase rest, which is some kind of phenomenon that has magical effects in the area. Mostly that impacts the divination magic, but presumably it has some kind of effect in the area itself.
Okay, so if Vrisdan was to try to cast like guidance or something and it fizzled, we might be going in the right direction.
Yeah, you could take that as a clue. Yes. There might also be some kind of physical impact on the area due to the effects of phase rest.
Okay.
Okay. Is everyone good to go?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I'm ready.
Alrighty. You all exit out towards the now familiar Underdark, and you proceed. And unlike the area around the Dark Lake itself, this region seems to be more dry than what you are used to, and there is not as much humidity. The mold that you were experiencing before that glows in the dark is more interspersed. There aren't big patches of darkness, but it's not as well lit as you experienced before. So you continue down the tunnel, and eventually you reach this fort, one leading further eastward and the another going southward. And considering that all you were told is to the southeast, you decide to go southward and continue your exploration that way. And as you travel, the hours go by, and with each hour, you see less and less light available to you. But you also don't see the corpses or any kind of signs of battle that you would expect for anybody that's searching down here and not returning for the source of the demon impact on this part of the warfare. Um, but as you continue to travel, you start to notice that the light that you were experiencing a decrease on starts to increase and then fluctuate in levels as you progress. And as you go from one cave to another, you do notice that the temperatures around you begin to also fluctuate. One cavern being extremely warm, another being colder, and you begin to also see that there are different effects on the ground around you, where before you would see minerals of gemstones and other such items being able to glow in the dark. Now you actually see real rock and dirt glowing instead, and you can assume that you have reached a part of the tunnels where it is under effect of phase res. And like I said before, phase res is just some kind of magical remnant of a high accumulation of magic in the area that distorts the Underdark and is specific to the Underdark. You can kind of think
Okay.
of it like Underdark radiation.
Oh, okay. And you said the light level has been variable. Have we reached any points yet where, like, Futon would need a torch to be able to see properly? On and off?
There's been a few caverns where you either had to light up a torch or physically taken his hand to help guide him along without revealing your presence. But nothing so far has been overt in darkness so
Okay.
much.
And we haven't encountered a single living thing to this point.
Not yet.
Mm.
You also have not encountered any kind of sign of battle or carnage.
Yeah, that's a little weird. I don't like that. Okay.
So you progress, and eventually you decide to take a break after hours of traveling and searching. And you decide to take this well-lit cavern that you found and bed yourselves down there. And assuming that you use Futon's bag to Piper, you have a sentry for you while you take your rest.
Mm.
And you take the night, and I don't know if you still take a sentry throughout the night or not, but you recover yourselves and prepare for another day of search. And during the night, uh, while you're resting, the rat that Futon summoned begins to very urgently awaken its owner,
Ooh.
taking nibs and little scratching to his hand in order to awaken him. And Futon is the only one currently awoken, unless you did take a sentry.
No, I think Goji trusts Futon's little rat friend.
Okay, so Futon awakens, and when you awake, you look around, and you do not immediately see anything that would cause the rat to awaken you. Um, so you stand and you take a guarded stance, and as you look around and you listen, and you hear this weird sound of flapping, not exactly as you would expect, like a bat or anything like that to be making, but you do distinctly hear flying something somewhere around you. And as you look up, you do see that there seems to be something moving along the shadows of the ceiling.
Okay, I'll try and wake
Do
the
you-
others without making too much noise.
Okay. You turn and you waken the others, and assuming that they do not become overtly loud in their waking, they rouse themselves with your aid and are made aware of the presence that's around you at the ceiling. Do you prepare yourselves, or do you make an overt attack at whatever it is?
Are we in full gear, or are we in, like, I just woke up and I don't have all my stuff?
That
Mode.
depends on how you think Goji would do her sleep in the Underdark.
Well, I imagine that she couldn't sleep with her club on her back. She probably has it close by, though, but I think that maybe her crossbow is not readily available.
Okay.
So it's like, you know, she's in pretty comfortable clothes, maybe not full armor, and she has a club. That's kind of it.
Okay.
And what's the light level right now? We can see
It
shadow. We
is.
can't see.
You at first had been in a fairly well lit cavern, but due to the Feyres, as the night progressed, it became dimmer, so it is not as bright as it was.
Hmm.
You cannot see into the shadows of the ceiling.
All right. Well,
So my question would be, do you quietly and as quickly as you can prepare yourselves, or do you make an overt attack and try to take whatever is potentially accosting you
I
in surprise?
I think unless somebody lights up a torch right away, Goji's going to try to covertly get as much of her gear on her as she can.
I don't need to get ready.
The monk is always ready.
Okay. As you all prepare yourselves, um, why don't you go ahead and give me an initiative roll? And
I thought you'd never ask.
while you, oh wait, you can talk amongst yourselves or whatever while I set stuff up.
Okay. Kind of funny the guy who woke up first has the lowest initiative.
He was busy getting us up.
Yeah, and I didn't have to spend time getting ready either. I slept in my robes.
Okay. Assuming that. Oh no! Wait, my club is two-handed. I say I light a torch, but I guess I just have to drop it on the ground if I was going to light it. Mike, I know you're busy right now, but a question I'll have for you when you have a chance to answer it is, if I were to light a torch and drop it on the ground, would it be a reliable source of, like, would it actually be a beneficial source of light, or would it be basically not very useful?
May I
It would-
intervene?
Yeah, go ahead.
Vrisdan sees Goji scrambling to get a torch and her very large club out at the same time, and he will cast dancing lights.
What a hero. Unless it's suppressed by this weird magical effect.
That's fair.
What school is
100%.
it? What school is it again?
Evocation.
Then no, it works sufficiently well.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Alrighty. So, with that lighting of your area with the dancing lights, and remind me, how much is the range on that?
There are 4 lights with 10 feet of dim light.
Okay. And where are you placing? Like around
I'll
your
send
group, out
them-
towards the ceiling, away from your group?
Yeah, a little in the direction that we are all sort of facing. I
Okay.
don't want to give us like an obvious silhouette, basically.
As you do so, you see these figures flapping above the lighting that you provided, and they vaguely look like heads that are flying on bat-like wings.
Oh, God. All right.
And we start combat.
All right. Did you, just a point of order, did you
Yeah,
reset
let
our...
me just... Yeah, I forgot
okay.
to do that. Oh, I messed up your
Vrisdan
initiative
got bumped.
doing that. Yeah, I messed up your initiative doing that. Let me fix that. So... useful. What? No, I didn't mean to do that. I messed up.
It's all right.
What was your HP? Crap, I was
I've only
filling
got
in the
4
wrong.
now.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
okay,
was
no, it's
filling in.
gone.
I was filling in
Um,
the wrong box. Hold on. Okay, your max
I've
HP
been-
is 24. 24.
Okay, I've been nerfed.
You've been nerfed.
You caught too many arrows last time.
Yeah, I know.
I forgot about the
Sorry,
arrow
Around
okay.
10
catching.
fucking
Yeah.
knife. If you miss one, Now you're
Oh, I
out.
can't believe I didn't bring that up in the recap earlier, that he caught 2 fucking arrows. That was
True.
awesome.
Okay, there we go.
It's got to be like in the
Vrisdan,
top
it is
3
your turn.
coolest things that happened.
Okay. So can I see all 3 that I can see here on the combat tracker, or can I only see like one of these?
You can
What am
see
I
all
facing
3 of
down
them.
here? Okay.
Also, could you share the profile pic for the avatar image for these little creatures?
Of course I can. Let me just summon that up. Well, Max decide what one he wants to do.
What was that?
While you figure out what you want to do, I'll share that image.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, okay, those guys are weird.
That's just it's a straight up head on wings. Okay. No lies detected.
Mm-mm.
Oh, I'm very truthful. I make sure to tell exactly what it is.
This is something that would be out of character, but do they have the power of speech, these little freaks, or are they just...
Out of character, it speaks any languages it knew before becoming what it is.
Okay.
No.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. It does not speak it, but it understands that.
Ah.
As well as
Oh, yeah, no
Abyssal
vocal
and
cords there.
Infernal.
These things are probably not all that strong, right? They're just heads on wings. They got to be pretty frail.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna cast Bless. Oh wait, hold on. No, I don't think I'm gonna do that because I think Dancing Lights is concentration, isn't it? Yeah, it is. Never mind. No blessings for y'all. Get out of here.
I'd take given these weirdos, I think I'd prefer the lights.
Yeah. Do I have any decent spells that are not concentration? Oh my god, they're all concentration. Wow.
Here at
Can't
here at
believe
level
this.
3, Vrisdan's like, hang on a second, I can't do shit.
I can, I just can't do multiple shit at the same time. Whoa, excuse me. My music just got way loud for no reason. Are any of these things in melee range, or can I get into melee range with them? Or are they like way over our heads?
They've been flapping near the top of the ceiling. One of them has come down lower to the ground to investigate the light source. The one would be this one.
Which one?
Number 2.
Number 2.
Okay. Vrisdan will kind of shuffle over to that one, Warhammer and shield in hand, and look back to his party to see if we are planning on beating these things to death.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I'll make a swing then.
You're able to move, right? Did I not turn that on?
Do we have a
I
map?
cannot.
I
Yeah,
haven't seen a map.
Oh, wow. I feel stupid.
I thought maybe this was just a minor excursion, so we weren't going to get a map. Oh, yeah. Worth it. Worth it to wait for the map.
Yeah, that was dumb.
Nah, it's fine. I have to imagine this. Everything involved in this is just lots and lots of management. It's remarkable it works as well as it does, frankly. Given all the moving parts.
Actually, not sword and shield, or hammer and shield in hand. Just 2-hand in the hammer. Let's go.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll use an instance of War Priest so I can make a bonus action attack as well.
Damn.
It tempted me with that one.
Holy
I don't know if it
flip.
displays the dice roll for you, like the
Mhm.
physics exactly
It
the
does.
same as it does for us.
It looks
Okay,
like it.
yeah,
I saw
y'all
the
saw
I
it
saw
tip
the
over to that
almost
one.
run. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he killed it.
Damn right.
If those demons want to kill us, they better send more than 3 flying heads. Goji said, hoping she wasn't tempting fate.
Oh, it's early still.
Alrighty. I don't think there's any reason to try to use the crossbow at this point. I think I'm going to do just like Vrisdan did. And
They've not come down yet, have they?
oh,
Say that again?
is it within melee range if I walk over here, or is it too high?
Those two are currently a little too high.
Ah,
Yeah.
rats. All right, well then I guess okay, I think I said I started this round with the club in hand, so bonus action, I'm going to have to switch to the crossbow. Can I not move then? Can I just stay where I was?
Yeah.
Okay. Did I target? I think I targeted. No, I didn't target.
You ain't target shit.
It's
Which one are you targeting?
number 1, the closest
Number
one.
1.
Yeah, sorry. I went to click the target button.
That's
and then
a
I
hit.
got distracted. Okay.
Six damage.
And then,
Okay.
Because why the hell not? I'm gonna use action surge.
Gang. No, we can all make more than one attack on the same turn. Let's go.
Yeah. And this time, I will try to target properly. Unless it's already. Here we go. Okay, same deal. Crossbow attack on the creature.
That's a hit.
Okay, that's gonna be my turn.
Okay. It is now this guy's turn. Or a girl. Who knows? It's just a head flying.
Flying head.
Ideal they them body shape. This is what I'm reaching towards.
Completely
y'all.
ungendered. The non-binary goal is eventual flying head status.
God, yes. That'd be so dope.
Okay, it's going for Goji.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, that's a hit. Oh my god.
Woof. You're fine.
So it's
It's fine.
piercing damage
You're
and
chilling.
poison damage.
Oh.
Does the poison have a lasting effect over time?
No, it is just poison.
Just in
damage.
that-
It's a type of
Just in
damage.
that attack, okay. I'm fine, you guys, I'm fine.
It's cool. It's cool.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good.
This guy over here. Actually, over here. And after taking that damage, it will do.
I didn't even do it. Why are you mad at me?
Let me see here. Okay. So, yeah, you're all within 30 feet.
Oh no.
Everybody give me a DC Wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom saving
18.
throw.
Okay. You all pass.
Whew. Because I don't have any bonuses to wisdom, so that worked.
So as this creature shrieks, bellying out the lungs it no longer has, this resounding sound you are able to ignore. But what you can't ignore is that the noise not only is contained in this cavern, it is also echoing down the tunnels
Uh-oh.
that are exiting from it. And it is now Futon's turn.
Well, no harm in Futon playing bagpipes now.
Okay. So I'm going to target him. Since he's close by, I'm going to attack.
Was that what the shriek sounded like? It's a Highland shriek. Oh shit.
Nice.
Let's keep these good rolls going, boys.
Damn. 8 damage.
And then bonus attack. Vietnam, where's that? Forgot how to do that.
I think you just selected the skill, right? In your actions.
Oh yeah, probably. Yeah, that. Oh, well,
Oh.
worth the try.
Ooh, I think that there's new, there's little icons for misses versus hits. and
Oh,
damage.
shit,
There
yeah,
was-
there is.
Oh,
There
Those
was
are
an
cool.
update not too long ago.
Yeah, I don't remember that from previously. Neat.
Did you want to use a key to attack again or no?
no, we should be fine.
Famous last words.
Me
Vrisdan,
again.
it is your turn.
Alright. We're making a swing at this one that confused me for an orc. How rude. Let me read something. I'm using my channel divinity. I'm gaining myself a +10 to that attack. I don't think it'll apply there, but we'll pretend it did. I got a 21 to hit, baby.
Oh yeah, that definitely is.
Starting at 2nd level, just so we're all aware.
Mhm.
I'm not cheating right now, guys. I promise.
Nope, definitely not.
Official.
Even if you were, I'm
users
not gonna
across
call
This
you
was
out on it.
this was, if anything, this was a guided will of your goddess of webs.
Yeah,
and
I was gonna
lies.
say.
You just lied to the head that you're not missing.
Oh, I just want to.
True.
This is. I don't mean to distract everybody, but I just want to note that on the tokens for the little flying heads, we can see Mike's keyboard on the top of each token.
That's funny.
That's fun.
Yeah, as a war cleric, with my additional channel divinity option is guided strike. When you make an attack roll, you can use your channel divinity to gain a +10 bonus to the roll. You can make this choice after you see the roll, but before the DM says whether the attack hits or
Hell
misses.
yeah!
So indeed, like Mike said, Vrisdan raises his hammer and takes off the Lulth's grip talisman that he had, and he holds it in the same hand that he grasps his hammer, and he brings both down at the same time.
Yeah!
Nice.
Holy shit!
Ew. That's dead too.
Merciless.
And
Dude,
that will
I
be
love-
my turn.
I love the death blood shit.
Mhm.
That is so good.
It's pretty cool.
That's very
love
funny.
Okay, so I presume to attack me, this thing came within melee range, yeah?
Yes.
And I am torn at the moment. Is there a penalty to a ranged weapon firing too close?
You wouldn't. Actually, I don't know if in 5th edition you would take disadvantage or not.
Okay, because let me explain my reasoning, and then you can tell me what you think makes sense. If I have a bonus action, I could use Second Wind to heal up some hit points, or I could switch to my club, but I can't do both on the same turn. So
I mean, honestly, truthfully, from my own perspective, we don't really care that much about mechanics.
okay,
I would let you do a normal, like, 1d6 damage with your crossbow. As
no,
MLA.
I mean I've still got more
You
than half
can-
my health, and this thing is already wounded. I feel like if I hit, I'm likely to kill it.
You can make an improvised weapon attack and just hit it with like the butt of the crossbow stock thing.
Would that count as a main or
Yeah,
a
it would
bonus
be a
action?
main
Yeah,
attack.
that would be your
Okay.
action.
No, it's
I don't
okay.
think it's listed anywhere here.
I'm
Sorry,
gonna
go ahead.
take a risk and use my bonus action to switch to the crossbow. The club, fulminating club, and targeting this little son of a bitch right here. Shit!
Well,
I gambled and I lost.
yep.
I assume that any type of retreat on my part would result in an opportunity attack.
Yeah.
Alright, then I am just gonna grit my teeth and take whatever this little motherfucker dishes out. That's the end of my turn.
Alright. What do I want to do? Well, it's not too smart. So, I will go ahead and make it do another scream after taking damage and nearly being swung at. So, give me another saving throw.
Okie doke.
I fail.
Ooh.
This was wisdom, is that right?
Yes,
Oh.
wisdom.
Goji.
Wish I would have had that for
Goji the hero.
my hit roll. God damn.
Okay. Until the next turn of the gargoyle, both Vrisdan and Futon are frightened. While frightened in this way, they are also stunned.
Ooh. Goji, shaking off the scream, gives a roar.
Okay. So this guy's turn is done. So if you, you're going to want to. You can make an attempt to shake it off, Futon. So
Shake
you
it off.
give me another
Yes.
DC roll. But currently you are frightened and stunned. With your
Nice roll.
inner calm, you are able to shrug off the effects and have the capability of taking a main action.
Yeah.
Oh
That's
yeah.
it. Okay, it's starting to get closer to the ground with its flaps.
And I know that we're very occupied here, but since that initial scream, have we heard any? We don't hear any commotion coming from any nearby tunnels.
Well, after that scream, the resounding echoes down the tunnels begin to die down. But with this second one, it seems to have triggered some kind of response, and you can hear more screams down one of the tunnels to your. It's not on the map, but to your southeast.
Okay. All right. Well, Goji's gonna just sell out and take a gigantic swing with this two-handed club at this already heavily hurt Varguillo.
Swing away.
Squish.
Yeah, that's definitely gonna kill it. Yeah.
God damn, 13.
And as you paste this against the floor with your great club, the resounding
Thunder crack.
sound of thunder
Yeah.
echoes along with the remnants of the scream of the gargoyle. And kind of in defiance to the screams of the sounds that you hear down the tunnel, you hear the lightning resounding against it.
Oh.
And you each earn.
So,
200 XP.
well, can I ask a logistical question? I think at this point it probably makes sense that we would expect that we've alerted something nearby. Can I use a bonus action to do second wind just in case we don't get a chance to rest here before something tracks us down?
Go ahead.
Okie doke. Actions. Second wind.
So, like I said, you each earn 200 XP. Looking at the remnant heads, you don't see any kind of spoils that you would actually want. No coinage.
So
But
I regain five hit points there.
but you do now know that there is something towards your southeastern tunnel. Nothing has been approaching you as of yet after your few seconds of battle. Do you choose to give chase to whatever is down there? Or search some other tunnel?
Is there anything on these heads that is lootable? I presume they're just heads and wings, right?
Yeah, they're just heads and wings. So unless you really want bat wings for a bat wing soup, there's nothing really.
I mean,
I remember how Mom used to make that.
of course, the freaking drow knows about batwing soup.
I mean, it is a delicacy, dude. You can knock it till you try it.
No, I think I don't know. Is anybody in the party fired up enough that we would just charge down a tunnel, or would we keep our heads and
Yeah, let's be wise
cautious?
about this.
Okay.
Okay. So you collect yourselves, recover a bit from the damage you've taken, and you pick up your camping set and regird yourselves with whatever armor you chose not to acquire on yourselves before combat. And you carefully march into the southeastern tunnel and start trying to find the source of the screams that you've been hearing. And as you proceed, you feel that the effects of the phase res is increasing as you progress down the tunnel. The temperature just fluctuates even more between hot and cold. The light begins to become more like a rainbow of hues as you progress, and it seems like whatever kind of effect of magic that there once was has pervaded the very stones around you. And you eventually come to a cavern entrance, and within it you look closely without rushing and see that from now on, Vrisdan is just V. He wears a mask. He seeks out
Guy Fawkes
vengeance.
mask. Hey, you know what? It was just recently the 5th of November.
Yep. You look in and you see that indeed, as you suspected there might be, there are more gargoyles all flying around and making loud noises, irritated by whatever happened to their companions in whatever meager intelligence that they have. And as you look, you see that there is not just gargoyles. There are also other creatures on the ground level of the cavern. You see that there are also mains, creatures that you have fought before, these stumpy-looking, zombie-like demons, as well as other creatures. You see that there is actually a drow towards the back of the cavern, away from you, who is trying to calm down, seemingly, the gargoyles.
Oh. Can we recognize at this distance? Would we be able to determine if we recognize this drow or no?
You look at the drow and you see that it is outfitted in the same attire as a normal scout drow that you've experienced in the past.
Okay.
You do not see from where you are any kind of identificative item on it.
Okay. Just to be clear, are we creeping up on this, or have we just walked into this room and we're like, oh shit?
I assumed that you guys wanted to be a little cautious about
Cautious.
it. So
Yeah.
apparently you're
Mhm.
looking into the cavern surreptitiously without being too loud or anything.
Yeah. That's
So
what
you
I
have
imagine.
not been immediately spotted. From where you are, you do see that there are other tunnels leading into this cavern. Prominently, one larger tunnel behind the drow.
And it just, if we had 5 seconds to do a best attempt at a head count, how many? Just like, it doesn't have to be like, oh, it's this many vargoyles and this many little creatures. It'd just be like, how many enemies are in this room? Rough estimate.
You do
10,
see
20?
You see above you that there are, at the very least, 4, possibly 6, considering the shadows, vargoyles floating
Ugh,
around, all
okay.
in a manic frenzy. While on the ground, you do see the drow, as well as 3 of the mains that you fought before.
Okay. I mean, I want to fuck these things up, except I've already used action surge and second wind, so I've still got my superiority dice, but we'd be at a significant disadvantage going into this fight, as we are now, I think. What's the rest of the group feeling?
How many oats you guys have?
Not a lot of oats.
I mean, I feel pretty okay, actually.
I've got all my
I only used one
superiority dice. That's true. I guess I didn't think about that.
Yeah, there you go. Those are good.
Yep.
Kind of tasty, maybe nutritious.
I mean, there's a part of me that just feels like Goji at this point is she's done pussyfooting around. Like, let's just fuck some shit up. What else are we gonna do? We're gonna explore another tunnel until we end up in this exact same space. This seems like a big important room.
Okay, well, currently they're not aware that you're there. So if you wanted to, you could get a surprise attack.
I was gonna suggest that.
All right.
We could, at least some of us could.
Vrisdan is Vrisdan's the smart thinking one.
Why, thank you.
So then, without what level of communication do we think we're capable of here, where we could plan a sneak attack without alerting them to our presence by planning it out? If that makes sense.
I mean, I think you guys have traveled long enough to do simple
We've
hand
got some
gestures
hand
to know what
signals.
you're doing.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
finger
have
to
not
lips, and then
Yeah.
slice throat.
Okay. You have not taken the time to talk about some specific gestures, but
Oh, sorry.
simple ones, yeah.
Our coded sign language is literally just the 2 main ways you communicate. Be quiet. We want to kill these people.
Honestly, that's exactly what it's been this entire campaign.
I love it. That's great.
You guys have forgotten to bring it over from Rusted Orbit.
Oh man, that's fantastic. I love it. All right, well, seeing Futon do the finger to lip and then slash throat thing, Goji knows exactly what the plan is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Vrisdan takes out his little hand crossbow and he
Yeah.
loads in one of the drow darts that he got a while ago. Or not
Likewise,
darts, bolts.
Goji switches to crossbow as well.
I'll take a bolt out. A bolt dart.
Alrighty. Go ahead and give me initiative rolls. You will have the first round to do as you please.
Okay.
I will start setting up the map.
Hell yeah. Oh, dude, Vrisdan, what the hell?
I don't think I've had a good initiative roll this whole game. This whole campaign. I think I had one early on where I was like the first person. And since then, Tisk. I mean, I guess I did just go first in this immediately previous.
I was going to say, you did have the best one
Combat.
of the previous combat, but that was
Mhm.
small potatoes compared to
Was-
what's about to happen.
Yeah. Well, I got a 15. I thought I got lower than a 15, and we all just got really low. Okay, I can't complain. Never mind. I take it back.
No, you can complain. It's fine. I'll allow it.
Then
It's
fuck
all right,
this
dude.
stupid game. I
Yeah.
can't believe they made initiative like this specifically coded to favor you guys. It's a little rude. IMO.
What is
I'm
the
gonna start just having. Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, what's the modifier for initiative? Is it dexterity? I forget.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Dexterity.
dexterity.
Okay.
Oh.
I'm gonna just start conspiracizing
Mm-hmm.
whenever something goes wrong in this. That Fantasy Grounds is watching us play and deliberately making it harder on me.
The prerogative of everyone who plays a game is to find any and all possible subjects of blame and then casting it out willy-nilly. Yeah.
They do know of our existence. They did link the video.
True, that's
Oh,
true.
wow.
They do know that we're doing this. They could be watching right now.
Mhm.
They could be watching right this.
It's totally not
minute.
the DM's
Mhm.
fault whatsoever.
A 1 on
Hmm.
initiative roll? I don't think that anybody would blame the DM for that.
Well, now that it was brought up, I'm starting to think.
I apologize with how long it's taken.
No worries, dude.
You're good.
This is maybe the biggest combat we've had the whole campaign, if there's as many enemies as I think.
Okay, and now
Oh shit. Oh shit. Those are all some pretty good rolls too.
They're wasting all the good ones on initiative. It's fine.
yep, that's exactly what's happening. Um,
I feel like this might be the first fight where we come out of this having gotten thoroughly fucked up. It's a distinct possibility.
I mean, it's can't have you guys steamrolling everything.
Yeah, we've had it pretty easy to this point.
Mm.
All right, I believe I shared it. Goji, it is your turn.
Yep.
Oh right, because it's a sneak attack. Yeah. Okay.
Mhm.
All right. I did
So,
say I was
you
switching
have-
to crossbow.
Whenever you attack, you do have advantage as well, so you won't be retaliated against.
Okay.
And you
so-
have advantage.
I presume that we, in our very, very basic sign language, have decided which creatures we want to target first. What does the group think makes the most sense? Whatever's closest to me? Do we want to focus on the drow?
Before you start,
Mhm.
you should note that the gargoyles are flying near to the ceiling.
Okay, so they're not within melee range.
Not yet.
Okay. Does anybody have strong... I'm kind of thinking I just shoot at this one right in front of us, unless somebody has a really good idea for why I shouldn't do that.
No.
No. All right. Then, I'm going to use one of those superiority die right off the bat and make a menacing attack. With advantage with the crossbow. Oh, I didn't
That
target.
hits.
I'm sorry. My mistake. Wait. let me-
You are going for the gargoyle, right?
Yes. Yeah.
that hits.
Sorry, I should have targeted. All right, damage. Hell yeah!
Bam. And that was number 4.
And I don't have action surge, and I don't have second wind, so I think maybe I just move here so that I can. If something charges and attacks, maybe I take the aggro just because I'm the closest thing. That's the dream there, and that's the end of my turn, I think.
Do you take your bonus to whip out your
Yeah, whip out the club.
Dome crusher?
Whip it out.
Just whip it real good. Okay, Futon, it is your turn.
I'll aim for this same guy.
That's a hit.
Yeah.
It's nearly there.
Hmm.
I'll sort of head over here a bit. Probably just over there.
Okay. Wait 1 second. How long does your bless last, Max?
I didn't bless anybody.
Didn't
Did
you
I?
bless last time?
No, because of the
I
dazzling
did not
lights.
because it was
yeah.
Oh, okay.
I kept the
Never
lights
mind.
up.
Never mind.
And it's only a
Vrisdan.
minute, so it would have well been gone by now, I assume. I think it's a minute. Yeah, 1 minute concentration.
Okay. Vrisdan, it is your turn.
All right.
Remember, you do have advantage.
Yeah, I was just gonna ask that to be certain. I'm going to take a shot at the drow with my poisoned bow. My
Them
poisoned.
big brain moves.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. I have no dexterity, unfortunately. Well, that's that. And then I'm going to cast. What's it called? Magic? No, not magic weapon. Spiritual weapon. And I'm gonna hit the same Varguil.
Ugly.
Vargai.
Whatever it is, they're
that-
French. These
That's
French
already
bastards.
damaged. Yeah. Hate these things. On that alone,
Yeah, there you go.
purple die.
And it is dead.
Phew. Just I don't remember. Do these mains have any special? Do we remember them having any special attacks similar to the shriek that the Varguils have?
If they
As
do,
a
I don't
summary?
remember it.
I don't remember
As
either.
a summary, you remember fighting them on that initial little creek thing before Dark Lake,
Yeah.
and that you mostly wiped them before they could do anything. The one that you did encounter on the creek just took a swing at you.
Okay. All right.
Oh, and that they pooped into vapor when they died and rose up to
Right.
the ceiling.
Okay. Got it. Okay, so we only have knowledge of the shrieking attack by the Varguils and no knowledge of any other creature special attacks.
Yep.
Okay. Got it. Bring it.
And that was your bonus. That's right. Okay. Why is it that I can't find this? Anyway, it is now the actual combat. This gargoyle is made aware of your actions, that there's someone in the cavern, and it will take a flight here and wait its turn. This one will actually go to Goji and make an attack.
Bring it on, keyboard warrior.
He can't even type.
I don't want to see what this lady can do.
The scout, after being startled by a dart passing its head and striking the wall behind him, make the turnaround and gives an leg attack. And let's see. Oh right, Vrisdan is right behind Goji, so he's essentially fully covered.
Yeah, just bring it.
It's attack on Goji.
Go for it. Ooh. Was that a mosquito?
Yeah, it's mosquito
Shrug that right off.
poison.
Oh. Shit. I didn't see that as bonus damage.
Shit talking to me. Oh wait, huh?
Yeah, I was gonna say, where's the poison damage?
Let's see here. Well, it's not poison damage.
Oh.
Give me a
Oh.
DC Constitution saving throw.
Alright.
Well, mosquitoes do have poison in a bit, that's why you itch.
Okay, that's a save.
Hey.
True, Adam.
Goji, it is your turn.
Okay.
The one that attacked you is melee ranged, and the others have not moved yet.
This one here.
Yes.
Okay. Alright. Then, okay, sorry, let me just think about this for a second. I'm going to use a menacing attack on... Oh, it's not going to let me do that.
I think you just need to do menacing attack.
Okay. And let me target, because before I didn't target, and I wasn't thrilled about that. Okay. Here we go. Fulminating Club.
That's a hit.
We got to get a lightning-y kind of sound
Yeah.
in Discord for you to play
Yeah,
every time
yeah,
you use
yeah.
this thing.
I think we're gonna have to delete one of them though.
Well, I could sign up for Nitro, whatever the hell it is.
I would not tell you to do that. Not
Okay.
honestly, I would be against it.
Definitely
Yeah.
not for those.
I could just, I
Mhm.
guess, get a separate soundboard app that I could use. Let me think. That's my main action. I gotta remind myself the. Sorry, let me just take a second. What am I doing? Here we go. Okay. Fulminating Great Club. There's an ability to use Thunderstruck, but I think that it's it's a bonus action. After the Great Club strikes an opponent, the wielder may force the lightning in the weapon to resound in the target's mind. If the target fails a DC 10 Constitution check, they will become stunned for 12 seconds. Yes, I'd like to use one of those instances now, if possible.
Okay. Let's see.
Also, I don't know if my menacing attack took.
What does the medicine attack do again?
Let me reread it. If they don't save, they get frightened, I think. When you hit a creature with a weapon attack, you can expend one superiority die to attempt to frighten the target. You add the superiority die to the attack's damage roll, and the target must make a wisdom saving throw. On a failed save, it is frightened of you until the end of the next turn. In fact, since I hit, if that attack works, I won't use the Thunderstruck thing, I think, because that would be a little redundant.
Nope, that's not it. Let's see. Okay, so it's a wisdom save throw.
Mm-hmm. And I add the
That's a
superiority
fail.
die. Okay,
So
that's
it's
another one.
frightened.
Okay, then yeah, I won't use a bonus action this time, and I'll stay right where I am, hoping that everybody continues targeting me as much as they want to.
Okay.
That's my turn.
Go, Futon. It is your turn.
Okay. This guy's still in the air, isn't he?
Yeah, he is.
Okay. I head towards this guy then. Try and attack.
Hell
That's a hit.
yeah.
Nice.
And then bonus action.
Oh my god.
That's dead. It was definitely dead.
Good work, Futon.
If you want, if you wanted to move, you can. The gargoyle is not close enough in its height to do an opportunity attack.
Okay, I might better distance to go towards the others. And then
It's 20 feet. Futon, your turn to get swung at.
Goji says, Futon, look out! As if that was actually helpful. Oh,
And
it
it's a
was
miss.
helpful, look!
Gargoyle. It will go for Vrisdan. Damn, that
That was close.
Cleric
That was
AC.
very close. Yeah, we got a little bit of crowding going on here.
Oh,
anybody's
wait,
got a
let me
grenade,
go-
now's
Let
the
me go
time.
fourth wall and get him underneath the Vargo that's flying.
Mm.
True.
This one's going for Vrisdan as well. That's a miss.
Damn.
Vrisdan, it is your turn.
It's my turn. I love when that
Yay.
happens.
Fuck him up.
I don't know that I ever said, but since my spiritual weapon hit the creature in front of Goji, I'm assuming it's just sort of floating.
Yeah, it's kind of
Above
floating where.
her.
Yeah, that works.
Okay. Gonna start my turn by casting Bless on the homies. Let's go.
Having a spiritual weapon floating above her head makes Goji feel even more fucking awesome than she already feels.
So Bless is my action, and then bonus action, we will spiritual weapon the mains that I have targeted. Ooh,
Yeah.
I did not think that was gonna hit.
Yeah.
Oh, but
Mhm.
these things are like quarters.
They are,
so-
yeah, just like bags of meat with leg, I guess. That's my turn.
Heads with wings and bags of meat with legs. And
Heads
one,
will roll and
one
lumps
actual
will fall.
Honestly, we're kind of all either one or the other, aren't
That's
we?
true. That's true.
Sometimes both.
Sometimes both.
Sometimes both. Damn. That's poignant.
Goji. Which are you, Goji?
I am not either at the moment. Oh, god damn it.
No way. That can't be right. Really?
22 damage?
It really does do that? Wow. Okay. Goji,
So,
you are knocked down, prone.
No, I am not, because I have... what the hell is it called? Hang on. Relentless Endurance. which says when you are reduced to 0 hit points but not killed outright, you can drop to 1 hit point instead. You can't use this feature again until you finish a long rest. So I'm still on my feet, but not for long.
Half-orc. Let's go.
This guy. We'll do a status check. Give me a wisdom saving throw, please.
All of us? Okay.
Yeah, all of you. And
I got a 12.
You all pass, and I have to do it for the drow as well.
Phew. Be great.
Fail.
Oh, damn it. I was going to love it if she would have failed.
And no, that's not what I wanted. Crap.
If there were stats the way that, like, you know, some games keep, some CRPGs keep stats, 22 damage received on one attack is going to be a record for a while, I imagine. God damn.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're not under the effects of fairy fire. Goji, what do you do with your 1 HP?
Well, I'm showing as unconscious and prone. Does that affect my ability
wait,
to
hold
target things, or?
You're not unconscious, and because of your effect, you're not prone.
Okay. I'm thinking if I've only got 1 hit point, I better make the most out of this next attack, and I'm going to... If I hit, I'm not going to bother with the superiority dice. I'm going to use the Thunderstruck power of the weapon to see if I can... what was it? Stun everybody, or it does something? Hang on. I forgot already.
It affects one creature.
Oh, I thought it was everybody within range.
I can't make your weapon that overpowered.
We may force the lightning in the weapon to resound in the target. Oh yeah, the target. Okay, never mind. Sorry. Okay. Well, gang, if I'm going down swinging. Let's target. Let's see. The mains is heavily injured. The Varkul number 1 is wounded. Oops. Okay.
That's a hit.
So with my damage roll, I'm doing the Thunderstruck thing to... Unless it's dead. Oh, it's dead.
It's dead. It's dead.
Well, fuck. Okay. I don't think there's anything effective I can do with my bonus action. Because Action Surge and Second Wind are both gone. And if I move, I'll invite an attack of opportunity. So I think that's going to be my turn, and I'm just going to have to hope for my armor class to save my hide.
Futon, it is your turn.
Try and take out this one next to me.
That's a hit.
And
Damn. Futon can't miss.
that's it, I think.
Okay. Wow, that actually hit.
Yep. By 1.
You're back to 0.
I'm out.
So you're now
Unconscious and prone.
yep. Well, I'm not gonna go through that hassle.
Goji says, "Godspeed you," and then falls to the ground. Or I guess Grumsh speed you.
Looks like Koji's looking over the keyboard.
Yeah, it does. She's like, "Hey, what you typing?" God damn. Oh shit. Oh, okay. Nice. Succeeded.
Zounds.
11 though.
Hmm. This main is gonna go this way to try to reach the Futon. If you want to take an opportunity to attack Vrisdan, you
I
can.
do. You know me so well because I really do.
Yeah. I figured you might.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Glad.
You outright killed it. Vrisdan, it is your turn.
It sure
Are you
is.
dead? Did your character
We're
die?
doing.
No.
We're gonna do the bonus action spiritual weapon attack against the Varguil, on my north side there.
Mhm.
Oh, I didn't mean to do
Oh,
that many
whoa.
attacks. The first one's a miss, and I'm gonna count that one because the next one was a crit.
Honestly, I'm
then-
kind of willing to go with the crit considering
did
how things
you-
are going.
How did you accidentally roll 2 attacks?
You probably clicked it
Because I'm
twice.
used to my attacks needing me to double click to roll it, but spells need you to
Oh.
only click once.
Oh,
and so
okay.
I default to double clicking it to get it to work.
Got it.
But I don't need to.
Without
and then I
not
will
being a
use my-
spellcaster, I didn't know that was a thing. Got it.
Yeah, I will use my action to cast aid on me and my 2 allies.
Okay.
That is my turn.
Temper hit points 5. I'm back, baby.
You're back.
I just gotta
I've given
stand
you
up.
5 hit points. Use them wisely.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Give me another save and throw.
Oh fuck.
Okay. So now the drow needs to do another saving throw to do anything. He passes. He's gonna go for Vrisdan. Goji, give
Sadly
me a
incorrect.
yeah. Goji, give me a another saving throw to be able to do anything.
With which stat?
Wisdom.
Not enough, is it?
No.
Okay.
Okay, so you are currently frightened and stunned. And now it is
Nothing pisses her off more than being frightened.
Futon, give me another wisdom save.
Thank God
Okay,
somebody,
you're good.
somebody
You-
beat it.
your
Jesus.
inner will is just resounding within you. You are not to be frightened. It is your turn to do as you please.
Pam, I got a 27 on the save.
Yeah. I'm just lamenting that my rolls all.
Mm.
What the?
Yeah, I know you were 1 off too
27.
with the blast.
Mhm.
Next time. when Goji stops peeing her pants.
The sale was a bonus action, wasn't it?
No. It was just a
Oh,
check.
okay.
Hell yeah, hit it. Yeah.
Ah,
And you kill it.
Oh.
Do you want to
Doesn't
use
match it.
your key or no?
no, I don't think I need to.
Okay. The main, seen as he has not witnessed Goji trying to get up, it will go for Futon.
Whoa.
I thought that was gonna land on 20, man.
Oh man, I almost peed a little bit there.
With all the death that's happening around it, the head on wings flies away. You can take another swing if you want.
Shit.
It's gone. It's out of here.
It flies up here.
Oh.
Vrisdan, it is your turn.
All right. Futon, how you feeling about taking this man on your own? You're good, right?
Yeah, probably.
Okay. 20. Ooh, I can just
That was not the
barely-
resounding. That was not the resounding.
I didn't need a
affirmative.
confident yes. I just
Yeah.
needed a yes.
Just need
I just needed even an iffy. It could have
Yeah.
even been shaky yes, dude.
Yeah,
It
that's
would've
fine,
taken-
honestly.
You've got a mostly dead Goji right there with you, so I'm sure you'll be fine.
Mhm.
Yeah, you guys go back to back, so you're
Mhm.
fine. You're a-okay. I can just barely move my spiritual weapon into range of the drow, so I will do so, and I'll make a attack with my bonus action.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Damn.
And then
Ah.
with my action, I will cast Guiding Bolt on the same drow. Damn, okay.
No.
And I will move. Goji, you're still prone, right?
I believe so, because I was too frightened
Yeah.
last time to even stand up.
Yeah, he's too frightened. It's done. Or she's still.
Yeah, I'll just move here.
Alright.
That is my turn.
Well, what the flip are you going to do?
She's gonna run away.
Gonna run away. How did I do this before? Oh, okay. I just plopped it down. Okay. Lighting. Do you see something on the map?
Mhm.
No, you trying to do darkness?
Yeah, I'm trying to do darkness. I'm trying to remember how I did it before.
Yeah, we do not see that.
We see everything.
We see everything but the darkness.
Yeah.
Why is it not doing it?
Must be the face thing messing with the drow magic.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. You know what? I'm not gonna worry about it. Around, essentially where you guys are, there is a spear of darkness, and it is Goji's turn. Please give me another saving
Another
throw.
save. Oh, come on.
Actually, hold on. Wait 1 sec. Oh, yeah. The one that ran away. Is not the one that shrieked. So it's not another turn. Okay, so you
so
are
it's
not frightened or
expired?
stunned anymore.
Okay.
Yeah, because you're not frightened of something that's dead.
Yeah. All right. Then bonus action to stand up.
Well, you would just need half your movement to stand up.
Oh, okay. Then half my movement to stand up. And I'm going to take a swing at this mains. I don't know if I'm going to be able to kill it, but then maybe one or both of Futon and Vrisdan can move on.
Oh, roll it again.
Okay.
Because you have disadvantage due to darkness.
Oh.
Okay. You hit. Go ahead and give me a damage roll. It's
and it's not
barely
dead.
alive.
Okay, then I'm gonna use the Thunderstruck power.
Okay. And what do I have to roll again?
I think it's a Constitution saving throw. Give me 1 second. I'll be able to tell you. Stunned creatures are incapacitated, cannot move, can only speak faltering. Stunned creatures automatically fail. Oh wait, hang on. DC 10 Constitution check.
Okay, I failed. So
Okay,
it is.
so they're stunned for 12 seconds.
Or stunned.
Cannot take actions or reactions, can't move, and can only speak falteringly. They automatically fail strength and dexterity saving throws, and attack rolls against the stunned creature have advantage.
Okay.
And that's one of 3 that I've used.
That should have been your book. Yeah. So, Futon, it is your turn.
Okay.
So, because
get that
it's
drow,
stunned,
man.
If you chose to, you can move away without taking opportunity attack.
Yeah. Go to the drow.
Kick her ass. Literally, because you're a monk.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm gonna do an armed strike.
Oh yeah.
That's a hit. Just barely alive.
Well, my bonus
that
attack
that
then.
kick to its bum was not hard enough.
Damn. There you go.
And it's dead.
There you go.
Well, I'm not gonna kill him. I'm gonna knock him out.
Oh, you're gonna knock? Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so we can get
So
answers.
much
That's why I'm not
Potential
using my weapon.
questioning. Smart man. I would have absolutely killed her.
It is. You used your bonus, right?
Yeah.
Then it is the Vargo's turn, and they'll set to that, and it will fly over here, and it will do another shriek. So that is 30 feet. Everybody, give me a roll.
Oh my god, I'm frightened again.
You're frightened.
I'm having a
Yeah.
bad day.
Futon, you pass.
Okay, just barely.
Constantly afraid of everything around me.
Hey, you get knocked to the point where you're gone unconscious and then brought back up.
Yeah.
I would think you'd be frightened of everything.
Yeah, this is probably the first time that she's confronted death in any meaningful form.
I have disadvantage.
Ew.
Yeah,
True.
roll it.
Would I have disadvantage?
No,
for
no,
the
no, no,
spiritual
it's-
weapon because I'm in darkness?
He got knocked unconscious, so the.
Oh, wait,
darkness
yeah,
effect
duh.
is
I-
gone.
I'm so used to seeing bloodstains. I saw the drown. I was like, no, it's still around. Huh? Sorry. Do you want me to Well, I guess I
No,
should
no, no,
because
no.
it
It-
happened
it-
with disadvantage. Well, I'm not gonna hit it. I
You
do not
don't
want
have
to kill the drow.
disadvantage.
That is okay. I'm going to. Is the Varguil that's still alive more than 20 feet above the ground?
No.
Okay, then I'm going to move the spiritual weapon up, and I'm going to hit it with the spiritual weapon.
Yeah, you
I'm
are.
going to make an attack.
That definitely
Yeah.
hits. I would have taken the previous one. I wasn't gonna make you reroll.
Damn. 1 damage.
3 damage.
3 damage. Let's go. Oh yeah, spiritual weapon adds your spellcasting modifier. Cool. Is the mains here still stunned?
Stunned.
Yes.
Okay.
12 seconds, which works out to what, 1 round or
2 rounds.
2 rounds?
1 round is 6 seconds.
Okay. So,
Screw it, man.
I was gonna say, if you wanted to... Oh, never mind.
God damn. My guiding bolt. My spell slots. All my precious spell slots. No.
Blame it on the favorite.
True.
Yeah,
Its
I've played enough.
divination aspects got diverted.
I've played enough Baldur's Gate 3 to hate when that happens.
Goji, give me another roll.
Wisdom? 'Cause
Yep.
I'm still
please.
frightened.
Yep.
The little baby
You're a
girl.
big old scaredy cat. You pass. You
Phew.
pass.
All right. Yeah. I'm just angry at this mains right now. I'm just gonna take a swing.
That hits.
This ought to be more than enough, I would think.
I mean, it was down at 1 HP, so yeah.
Oh, I didn't target it. I'm sorry. I forgot.
That's dead. And I'm just keeping it up so I can pull up the XP afterwards.
Yeah.
Easily.
All right. Then with my motion, I'm going to. Wait a minute. What am I?
With my motion?
Movement. You know,
Goji's got a lot of motion.
there's motion in the ocean. Here we go. That's what I'm trying to do. Okay. I'm going to move here and hope that I can run interference on this stupid Varguil until one of my mates can kick its ass.
Okay. Futon, what do you do?
I'm gonna try and take it down.
Bring it down, bring it down.
Oh, yeah.
Goji
Damn.
MVP. No, not Goji. Futon MVP. Excuse me.
No kidding.
Sorry, Goji. You're LVP right now.
Just gotta make use of that sound.
With that hit, before you do anything else, I will say that you threw that dart with such precision that you stuck it right in its right eye and caused it to fall to the ground. And if you chose to, you could probably move forward and take your bonus action.
Stomp on it.
Yeah.
With advantage. With advantage. That still hits, yeah.
To see if I get another turn take.
It's still alive.
Ugh.
Still alive.
I think the only thing grosser than stomping your foot on that thing with a dart sticking out of its eye is pulling your foot out of it and realizing it's still alive. You're like, oh, fuck, it's not even dead?
Well, I hope it's dead because it's gonna take half its movement to get itself righted up, fly, and try to fly away. So both of you can give me a reaction opportunity attack.
Just roll with regular old attack.
You can just target it and do your normal attack, yeah. That's a hit. Both of them.
Let's just overkill it.
And it's dead. Okay, you guys managed to turn the tides again.
Phew!
Play all your opponents and
What a fight.
subdue one drow. Now let's see. What?
I find it very funny that Goji would have no health except for my temporary.
I know,
Yeah.
dude. It's
Drink
kind of
water.
funny.
That's it. As soon as that spell wears off, I just collapse to the ground.
Yeah.
Now
Well, you
I
got 8 hours, so
understand.
you'll pass out right when the long rest ends.
I understand this was kind of hard, but I also kind of felt you guys needed something like
Yeah,
that.
this was fun. I liked it.
It was a good one.
And let's see, the main skill.
It's nice to have your back pressed up against the wall once or twice.
I came out unscathed though.
Yeah, well,
I
Futon
was
is...
gonna say I feel pretty good about this, and Futon is uninjured.
Didn't you come down half health too?
Who,
On
me?
Vrisdan? Yeah.
Oh.
Vrisdan.
Yeah, but then I casted aid, so I'm doing okay.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for that 22 damage, I would have been pretty okay. Oh, but the... Well, sorry, it was the 22 damage and the repeated frightenings that did me in.
Yeah.
Okay. So you each earn 316 XP. So today you earn 516. And on the body of the drow, while you are tying them up and all that, you find an additional 115 gold. And you also find that they have the same normal scouting gear that you've seen other drow wear, as well as more hand crossbow bolts that the drow use that are poison tipped if Vrisdan wants to take them. You find that there are 9 of them.
Yeah, sure, why not?
And you also
Gochi's just going
find-
to take 15 gold, and then you guys split the other 50, because she's feeling pretty flush at the moment.
Okay.
Cool.
You want to go half and half?
50 each, rather.
Oh, damn. Okay.
Because it was 115 total, so if she took 15, you guys can each have 50.
Yes, true.
Sorry, Mike, can you go through the XP again? You said we got how much?
You got
316?
300. Yeah, 316 from this one. So in total today you've earned 516.
Okay, because we already added the 200 from before.
Yeah.
So then, just so that I make sure I'm on the right track, what does everybody else have for current XP? I'm at 1457. Does that sound right? I don't remember if I
I
added...
got a little more from you than you guys because I got
Yeah.
some previously.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I just couldn't remember if I added the 200 from the previous fight or not. I think I did, but...
No, you need 1657.
Oh,
Yeah, 6057.
I forgot to add it then. Okay. Got it. All right. Divvied up the gold, and then you said the rest of the gear was just standard scout gear. Vrisdan took some darts.
The standard scout gear that you've noticed the drow have before when you fought them.
Yep.
And I'm assuming Max already added the 9 bolts to his inventory.
I did.
And that's it. You've got a cavern of multi-hues, and just pretend the mushrooms are not there on the actual map.
Mhm.
That's why I picked it, because it's many colors, and a bunch of blood, heads, and bodies around the cavern, and one unconscious tied up drow. And
Goji's gonna go around and stomp on all the heads, including the heads that are still connected to bodies that aren't unconscious drow. She's just gonna crush skulls all over the place so that they can't resurrect as flying head things. And then I'm going to step away for literally just
I
2
did
minutes.
forget.
Sorry, go ahead.
I did forget that the main bodies, those bodies are... One second, I need to pull up.
All right, well, anyway, I'm going to step away for 2 minutes, but if you guys want to get a head start on questioning the drow, I'll be back in just a second.
Okay.
Okay.
The main bodies will poof out of existence and become vapor that rise up to the ceiling. So she's only stomping on the heads with wings.
Okay. I'm sure Goji will not be upset. Any head is a good head to stomp.
Mm-hmm.
Revenge.
Revenge.
Yeah.
Okay. So, do you guys want to resuscitate this drow to question him, or do you want to just take an hour rest or something?
Let's at least come up with a good cop, bad cop kind of strategy here.
Go on
Adam,
ahead.
do you have anything in particular you want to ask this drow? Any specific questions, or just things
Yeah,
you would
just-
expect to ask?
Yeah,
An
the usual,
enemy
like who
combatant.
they are,
Yeah,
why they're doing it, and stuff like that.
because I'm assuming I may have to be a translator here, as is tradition now.
Okay. So, do you go ahead and do it or no? Or do you want to wait for Pen?
Yeah, like I said, we're gonna try and come up with some ideas.
Okay, I'm
We'll
back.
wait. Oh, you're back.
Back.
All right. We're both, Futon and I, are wondering what our strategy is going to be for the drow and what kind of questions we want to ask.
Good cop, bad cop, bad cop?
I was just going to say, can I be worse cop?
Yeah, you be worse cop.
Yeah, be the triple
Okay.
threat.
I know I may, to you, cushy service dwellers, come across as a little off it sometimes. But this is an actual genuine drow who lived down here presumably their whole life.
mhm.
Violence is the way.
Okay. Should we even bother with a good cop then, or should you just start threatening to tear off fingers until they start talking?
I was even thinking, let's open with fingers.
Tearing off fingers?
Yeah. Wake
Okay.
them up by cutting off a pinky or something.
All right. Well, Goji's going to sit and watch while you get out your pinky cutting pliers. What is it that we want to know? We want to know the source of the demon.
That is the more important thing. Yeah.
Yeah. And then if they get especially gut spilling, we can maybe see if we can't find anything else out. Do we want
Yeah,
them to
I know-
survive? Are we comfortable with them dying during
Might as well
interrogation?
taking them back.
Yeah, I'm fine with them eventually dying.
Okay.
I'd like to avoid it though, because
Might get
Yeah.
better reward for taking them.
True.
that's true.
Are we going to actually drag them with us though, going forward? That might be a liability.
Yeah. Knock them out again.
Oh, okay. I see.
Just give them brain damage.
Give him another traumatic brain injury.
Yeah.
Hey, we're turning this person in for the reward. Looks like they got multiple TBIs. Yeah, that'll happen out in the Underdark.
When in the Underdark, you do what you do.
I have a request from the two non-drow here.
Okay.
It's entirely possible this drow does speak common, and in that case, we can all just talk to her or them. I'm saying her because the token.
I think it's her, yeah.
Okay. But in case she does not know common and I have to do translator role, as you guys think of questions, could you just type them up, like either in the chat or in the Discord, so I
Yeah.
don't, miss them or forget them?
You got it.
Perfect.
Should we splash a canteen of water on her face, or do you want to take off a finger?
I thought we were taking off a finger.
Vrisdan is open to vibes on finger removal. If y'all think that's a little too forward of an opener.
I mean, Goji's not going to say no.
Personally,
I think she's going to
Okay.
default to you're the
got it.
Underdark dude, so let's do what the Underdark
Mm.
dude thinks.
Yeah.
Do what they do
In
down
that
here.
case, I'm going to type up a message in Undercommon so that Tanom can read it simultaneous with my action here, because Vrisdan's going to do something and he's going to cut the finger off and then he's going to speak to her as she's coming to, basically. So,
This is fucking awesome.
excuse me for a minute. Yeah.
You just tell me when you want to do it.
Is there a D&D equivalent of a piano They've got bagpipes and they've got lyres and they've got drums and stuff. They don't have a keyboard instrument as far as we know on the Sword
No,
Coast.
Probably
I'm
a
sure they
piano.
do.
Probably not electric keyboard, but piano.
Yeah,
but
not
they do have a string
Well,
and hammer.
if you
It'd be
dig
like a
around enough
harpsichord,
in
right?
Dorgar City, they might. Yeah, I'm sure some dwarves or even humans have come up with pianos.
Hmm.
I mean, they've got elephants.
Not that there's many pianos in the Underdark, I'm just imagining.
They've got elephants, and we all know on the tech tree in all your favorite 4X games, it goes elephant,
piano. Hey, let me build a Beethoven. Sorry, you haven't unlocked elephants yet.
Yeah, you haven't unlocked elephant ivory.
I can't get my great composers until I unlock elephants.
But yeah, I'm sure that they have pianos.
Okay. Probably not
We'll
in the
say in
Underdark,
my
but Drow
world
are
they have
playing, though.
pianos. So why the pianos?
Oh, I'm just wondering because if we cut off her finger and she plays piano, that's a huge disadvantage. that reduces the number of pieces she can play by, like 90%.
Thank you, Pam.
I'm just thinking, if I woke up to somebody cutting off a finger, the first thing I would think is, oh shit, my piano playing career.
Okay. Yeah, Vrisdan flattens her hand down against the ground and takes out his dagger and very quickly just, guillotines down on her pinky.
Yeah.
And assuming she wakes from that, as she comes to, he will grab.
Yeah. She scream awakes.
Yeah. He will grab her hand and squeeze it, like you do when you smack your hand and it's cold, in order to minimize the pain, as much as you can with a newly removed finger.
Mm.
And then he will say what I just typed in chat. And actually, sorry, before we go any further, may I request another bathroom break? I need to go
Yeah, go ahead.
to the
Yeah,
little
go ahead.
drow's room. Thank you.
That's what I was using the little drow's room myself a moment ago. Goji's gonna be ready with, I don't know, I don't think we have anything like gauze or anything, but if there's, maybe there's like a shred of clothing, linen, something that would soak up blood, she's gonna hold it to the drow's severed finger joint and try to reduce the bleeding as much as possible.
You could always tear off part of their undershirt and use
Yeah.
that.
Tear off her own undershirt and use it to staunch the bleeding.
I mean, you already went as far as cutting off her pinky, man.
Yeah. Losing her undershirt is a pretty small price to pay. And also apologizing if she's a pianist. I'm sorry that we ruined your career.
Oh, you ruined it, man. Now they have to start practicing with 9 fingers.
I'm being the good cop
She's
right
not
now.
even missing her ring finger. She can't even call herself Frodo the 9 finger.
Nope. Although, given the number of magical rings in the Sword Coast universe, cutting off ring fingers would be a good way to handicap somebody.
Not if they use their toes.
Well, that's true.
Welcome back.
Who the hell is she talking about?
You,
Am I
would
familiar? Me? That's not my name. and that's not my title either. Oh, I guess maybe it is.
Oh, you mean Tizref?
Yes, I was avoiding saying the name for these non-drow.
Yeah.
They don't know.
I've already forgotten what you said. It's fine.
Hold on.
And just a moment to clarify, there were multiple shrieks delivered in this round of combat. Are we not worried about it permeating other tunnels and alerting other monsters down here?
As far as I'm aware, you've not taken any kind of precautions against that, but nothing's come to you yet.
Okay.
She notes what you say and looks to the other two and looks back to you. Her face seems adamant in being spiteful, but she does not reply immediately. Crap, you're asking her name.
I don't need a name. That was just the first thing. Oh, I got a name.
After we cut off her finger, be like, "Hey, by the way, your
Give her a
piano
stern
playing
warning.
your piano playing days are over, lady." Also, the accordion, probably.
Maybe the harp.
The harp, yeah. And any guitar
You could
more
try to do the
complicated than
flute,
just
though.
chords.
Hey, she could play a mean cowbell.
Mm-hmm. She's gonna go to the surface and join the Blue Oyster Cult. Oh, okay. All right.
You guys will never be able to guess what that last translation means.
You ask that, and she does not immediately answer, but she's directly, not directly, she's pointedly looking straight at you and nowhere else.
I will step aside and see if she follows me or she is trying to indicate that direction.
She follows you.
All right, I'll kind of kneel beside her then as we continue this conversation.
Oh, shit. That's some hardcore shit.
You say that, and she gives a slight smile. Um, give me an insight roll, Max.
Sure.
I'll be back in a sec.
Okay.
I'm proficient in those. Come on, let's go. 13, not bad.
As she says that, you inherently know that whatever she fears is something worthy of fear, possibly something that instills fear. And as
I
you
am worthy of
realize this,
fear.
and as you realize this, you recall a certain instance of fear.
You're gonna have to remind me what this instance of fear is.
The point where you all watched upon a clandestine
Oh,
meeting.
yes. I do remember that. Sorry.
It's an orcish.
All right. She's not. I will say to the group, she's not letting me know where this camp is, and it doesn't seem like she's gonna budge on that. So, you got any other questions? Give them.
The camp is where she doesn't want us to go. Is that necessarily the same place as the portal for the demons?
I can ask her.
Is there a portal separate from any camp that she's talking about?
She kind of looks down and away from you and she says,
Sorry, is that an affirmative? She's saying, yeah, they came from where I'm asking, or is she indicating somewhere else?
give me another insight roll. Yeah, 11. You you sense that she's being vague about it, as though the place that the demon comes from, it was from there, but it seems to have movement.
Okay, I will share that again with the group.
Okay.
Seems like the demons don't just come from one spot.
All right, then. Let's say we let her go, or take her back to the city, as Futon's proposing. When we come back to this spot, and she's no longer our burden, what's our next step, do you think? Based on the conversation we've had with her.
She said, let me read again. Let me get them exact words. She says she guards the outer perimeter of their camp, so it doesn't sound like it's very far.
No, I'm
We
thinking
probably
we march
find it
down
at
this
least.
hallway behind her.
Yeah.
I mean, that's my vote. I don't see a reason to do anything else.
Sure, yep.
So you are going for the camp?
That's
Well, not immediately, I don't think.
no.
Well,
I think we
I would personally take a rest
We
if
need
I
a
were
long
you, but
rest for
that's
sure.
your decision.
I do wonder how Futon and Vrisdan want to handle this drow scout, though. Because Goji is of the opinion, like, let's just kill her and move on, but Vrisdan doesn't want to kill her. Futon wants to possibly capture her and take her back to the city. I just want to work out the logistics of what's going to actually happen with this lady.
Yeah, I
There's
think
a
taking her
camp.
back to... Sorry, you first.
We might be able to get someone more valuable.
Information-wise?
Yeah, and to take back.
Okay. I mean, I'll follow your guys' lead. It just seems
This
like...
is just like a scout. Might be someone more valuable.
Yeah, I think this person is way too much of a hassle to bring her all the way back to the city. If we want to bring someone else, sure. I don't think she has to die. We beat her in a fair fight.
Will she not run
We
back
got to
to
do-
her camp and alert everybody that we're coming, though?
Well,
You want to take off a
I
leg
mean-
to slow her down?
I was thinking...
Yeah, just take off the leg. She'll survive in the
She's
Underdark.
got 2 eyes and 2 hands for a reason, right?
What if...
Two
So I
hands
was thinking,
and
like,
one.
An eye, a tongue, and a hand. She could live without all 3 of those.
Okay, what about this? What if we tie her hands and feet and leave a dagger
Okay.
within, like 3 feet, so she could, within a matter of, hours, she could get to the dagger, cut the rope that binds her, and then make her own way to wherever she wants to go. And in the meantime, we've got 3 or 4 hours head start on whoever she would possibly alert. What do y'all think?
Well,
Sure.
the question is, are you going to take a long rest or not?
I mean, I think we take a long rest with somebody acting sentry and making sure she doesn't get any ideas, and then once we're all rested, then we do the tie up and nearby blade.
Yeah, I can keep watch most of the time. I'm fine.
Okay.
Okay. It sounds like that's what you're going to do. Do you want to say anything to her? Or just take her captive and move on?
I don't think I have anything else to say to her.
Okay. Then let's go ahead and end it here with you guys taking a long rest,
Yep.
each taking turns watching over the captive. And next time we can begin with finding out what's further down the tunnels.
Sounds good. Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
That was fun. I think that went extremely well, considering
Yes.
how it showed how you guys both got much better in power level, but also how vulnerable you could.
We are not ready for everything. Yeah, I liked it. This is a good reminder that we're mortal.